And here we go, it says. And here we are, it seems. Second live this week. Because, of course, we had a live yesterday morning that bled into yesterday afternoon from the ATL Comic Convention, which is up on this channel, of course, if you haven't seen it. If you've never seen the ATL Comic Convention and you wanted to see what a walkthrough on that would look like. And say hello to a few people here.
Hey, Austin.
There's Austin.
And Johnny is listening while he is driving.
Johnny wants me to tell my horror story from the convention. I'll get to that later.
Johnny is out there in the great state of Washington.
Yeah. Saturday morning fan.
Hey, Saturday morning. Reynard is there.
Who says there's an AI Flintstones out? I do not want to know.
No.
That sounds terrible.
It sounds awful without you even having to say it.
Munin is here.
Hey.
As well as Pastor Rick.
Hey, Pastor Rick.
Robert. And Nerd so far.
Yes.
Munin wants to know what we picked up. Nothing. She got one thing.
I got one figure.
I got 0. But we can talk ad nauseum about the convention here.
Ad nauseum.
Yeah. But this is
hey, Sylvan.
This is her pickup.
I found this from a guy that I normally buy from. It's a Captain Planet Toxic Sludge Dump. A guy that I normally see at these shows, and I often buy stuff. Normally, I buy Beetlejuice figures from him because he always got like a ton of Beetlejuice. He didn't have any Beetlejuice, but he was there. It was only like maybe 3 toy dealers, and this guy was the only one that had. Hey, Paul, that had. I was about to say antique toys. Yeah. Vintage toys. Mm-hmm. You had about 4 or 5 comic book dealers.
Yeah, there's half a dozen or less.
Yeah, I'll say 6, but no more. Yeah. No more than 6. And they did have quite a bit of Golden Age. Mm-hmm. They had a good mix of Golden Age. Some nice wall books were there.
Yeah.
And but the rest of it, Artist Alley.
Yeah, it's
100% Artist Alley.
There was a more Funko Pop dealers than we have seen in years.
Yeah.
Okay, but honestly though, and that's the thing. And I did talk to one of the vendors, one of the comic vendors.
Hey, Blue Splash.
There. Yeah, Robert's surprised we didn't get anything. There's nothing to get.
Hey, Rick, thank you, Pastor Rick.
Thank you, Pastor Rick. Made a donation for our feline friends.
Oh, absolutely. No, Saturday morning.
Yeah, don't want to know.
That is not a good thing to say.
Not a good idea. Captain Planet live action in the works, he says.
Oh.
But thank you again, Pastor Rick. Always appreciated all the help we can get.
Yeah, David, Modern Convention.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I had spoken to one of the vendors about that, and he said he wasn't sure if he wanted to come because it's moved away from that so much. He said last year there were fewer comic vendors there. And I'm like, all right, here's the trick. You've got maybe 400 vendors in here. That sounds like an exaggeration. Watch the walkthrough. Okay, there's hundreds of vendors. 6 comic vendors, and you call yourself a Comic Con.
Well... Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But we've been watching, I've seen maybe 3 videos over the last 4 years. And they have been saying, and I'm seeing it now, because we normally don't go to shows as big as this one. That these bigger shows, Wizard Con up there in Chicago, San Diego, New York, and he named about 2 others in Atlanta, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
has been sold out to one person. So it's a
company.
Company. So it's a franchise now. And that company looks at it as a pop culture con.
Yeah.
So it's not a comic con where you got comics and maybe some toys and then Artist Alley. Mm-hmm. They kind of took all of that out and made it a pop culture con. So I think you should call it pop culture.
Anything.
Yeah, pop culture con.
Because they look at everybody as like a melting pot.
Yeah,
And they want
and
to
they
take
said that in the
all
video.
these groups and just mash them together because that's
Yeah,
how they see it.
yeah,
But that's not the truth, because these groups want separation so that they can focus, and
yeah.
they're not getting it at these
No.
big cons anymore. And you end up, but from their perspective, as long as they're selling tickets, they don't care. They really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Munin says that, way too many pops in Artist Alley.
Yeah.
The Gashapon vendor was the best setup, they say.
Oh, okay. I'm sick. Hey,
And
Wolfie, how are you?
Wolfie's
Wolfie
here,
has a
new video.
channel. So make sure you check out Wolfie's Funhouse. He does have a channel. He said he got some fresh videos, some really exciting stuff. So check him out. Give support to the community.
It was honestly like 95% Artist Alley,
Yes,
at
and
least. It
that
was
is
like,
no
yeah.
exaggeration. I mean, they had a lady that was selling homemade candles. They had a lot of people
There was
that
a hot sauce vendor.
I didn't see the hot
Hot
sauce.
sauce
I
vendor
didn't
was
see the
there.
hot sauce. I talked to the lady that did the candles because she stopped me. Y'all saw the
Fudge.
fudge.
There was
It was two.
two of them. They had the same exact stuff.
Yeah, one had more.
Yeah, one had
Had
more.
a little more variety.
That's what I was joking
You
about
had
it.
a lot of people that did crocheting. So
Yeah.
this one place, I think David showed it. They crocheted the flowers.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice.
Yeah, but I mean, will that sell? That's always the question.
Yeah, Johnny,
It's
artist idea is out of
out of
control.
control. But yeah, so for us, it doesn't present anything we're interested in.
Yeah.
And so we went and filmed the walkthrough, but we didn't go back today, even though we were invited to. They gave us a 3-day pass, and I'll probably go back tomorrow, because there's one of the comic vendors there wants me to come back and meet with him because he has work for me. Because a lot of I clean and press comic books, and frankly, the majority of my business in that respect is from vendors. Comic vendors who have a stack and they're like, "Hey, can you work on these for me?" And then they grade them and sell them for a fortune.
Yeah.
And then but average people who want their books cleaned and pressed, I don't get very often. It's usually a vendor.
Action Joe Figs is here.
Oh, hey.
Also check him out. He has a channel. Basically GI Joe figures and stuff like that. Again, that support the people in the community. Our Comic Con is a pretty big size. It has ton of comics, sellers, and action figures. Last one we had, yeah,
That's a Saturday Morning Fan there.
yeah. K Munin, you had a candle seller. But at least she made them. They were homemade. She stopped me. She was like, "I know this is weird for a Comic Con, but I got some candles."
Robert wants to know if the food was good. We didn't eat
We
there.
didn't eat.
No, we didn't eat
They
there.
had a lot of, now that is one thing that I did like. Some things I did like.
Okay.
They had, around the edge, the perimeter, they had food vendors, different food vendors. So you had a variety of food. They, on one far side, they had tables and chairs set up. So you could sit down and just take a break and talk with your friends. You could eat. So I did like that part. Because usually they'll have like the con in some place, and they have a food court, and the food court is kind of high. Well, I don't know how much the food in there was, but at least you didn't have to leave outside of the
complex,
the complex or the exhibit hall.
You would have had to go a mile to get anywhere. Michael spotted.
Hey, Michael Morris
spotted the Terrahawks back there. Yeah, I have the complete Jerry Anderson Super Marionation series back there behind the poster. But yeah, that's so for us. It doesn't offer much. It was kind of disappointing. We don't do cosplay.
No,
we're not interested in autographs. I don't care. The meet and greet, I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it because it's not the same, especially at a setup like this. As many of you might remember, if you saw the video, I got in trouble towards the end of the video because they didn't appreciate my method. But bottom line, any other show I go to,
Mm-hmm.
you can get better interaction with any celebrity guests. Not in a con like this.
Mm-hmm.
Not at a con like this. Um, and as it frustrates me, and I talked about this a little in the video, because I come out of an era where you went to a show, autographs were free, photographs were free, or if it was a paid signing, it was $5 or $10. There's no big deal. Now people are charging a fortune,
Yeah.
and then you can't really justify it. And picking on Lou Ferrigno,
Hmm.
because that's where it all started.
Well, he was the only one out
He
there.
was the only one that was really out there.
He was
But
the only one
that's
out
why.
there.
And that's the inside joke, is because I've had interaction with Lou Ferrigno before, and it wasn't pleasant. Let's just put it that way. But when I passed his booth is when I had a problem. He had he's charging, I believe it's 60 for an autograph. It's more if he has to provide the photo, but 60 if you bring him something to sign, and I think 70 for a selfie. And I'm remembering back in, I know it's a while ago, but 1992, when it was 5 for an autograph,
Mm-hmm.
10 if he had to provide the photo, and if you took his picture, he didn't care.
Yeah.
And then you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, John.
And then if you go on eBay and you look at completed auctions, his autographs, I think the last two, because I looked out of curiosity.
Hey, Fabio.
I looked out of curiosity. The last two that sold, certified autographs, Lou Ferrigno, $15 and $25. And there was one that sold for quite a bit, but it had Bill Bixby's signature on it. His autographs aftermarket are getting less than half of what he charges. So it's not an investment. I mean, if you want to meet Lou Ferrigno and get a signature, cool. I mean, that's fine for you. If you enjoy that sort of thing. Is it really a meet and greet? This is another personal issue with me. I ought to do a whole separate video on it, just ranting about it a little bit. Is it really a meet and greet if you're shuffled through and you have to pay for it? Do you have to pay to say hello and get a signature and okay, beat it? Is that really, did you really meet that person? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then,
hey, Casey.
And then when you're talking about celebrities, we don't have A and B listers anymore. All right. Back in the old days, a B-lister was somebody that they're not really working like all that anymore, but you know who they were.
Yeah.
Like if you ran into Charles Nelson Riley, you knew who he was. It's like, oh crap, it's Charles Nelson Riley. Even though he was just doing towards the end of his career, he was just doing the game show circuit, as an example. Nowadays, we got C, D, E, F, and G listers that act like they're massive celebrities, and you don't know who any of them are. And that's the inside joke. They had 80 guests. There were 80 celebrity guests at this show.
Just doing signings?
Just the signings, 80. All right. And that's just the people at those staging areas. That's not counting other people like James O'Barr and other, because if you're in comic books, you know who James O'Barr is. He had a booth all by himself. He wasn't part of that. Okay. And out of those 80 guests, I recognize maybe 6 of them. Yeah, I don't know who these people are. And those people, if you ran into them, you'd barely recognize them because they don't look like the banners anymore. But those banners are 20, 30, 40-year-old pictures.
Now, I can't really get with you on that. And yeah, Michael Murky is Rainbow Bright from about 83-ish. Now, the reason why I can't get with you on that, because a lot of this new stuff we don't watch.
Yeah.
So you can't say, I don't know this person when we don't watch them. Hey, Space Knight, how are you?
Space Knight's here.
So you kind of got to give them a little bit of grace right there, because we don't watch a lot of modern anime, and they had a lot of voice actors there. Plus, I don't really know a lot of the voice actors.
Would you recognize a voice actor on site?
No. You would have to talk.
Yeah, yes.
To know.
It's a voice actor. That might not be their voice.
Yeah, because then they disguise their voice to be the character. So
and some people know.
Some people do know, but I don't know. I'm not into to autographs. That's not my thing. I don't care for. I don't knock anybody that loves them. I know Johnny is a loves autographs.
Sure.
If that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not into it. I don't want to writing all over whatever I got, but I didn't realize it was like 80 people out
There
there.
was 80 as part of ATL's lineup, not counting the other people in the other
Yeah,
booths.
yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know until like after we got back that Bo Duke was there.
Yeah.
And that might
Rob
have been a
Snyder.
good signature to get.
He wanted a lot more. I think his signature was like 80, and then his selfie was like 100 or something.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's up there. Well, you already have an autograph from him. I gave it to you.
I do.
Space Knight says, back in the day, comic conventions meant comic books for sale and readers talking about storylines. Today, unfortunately, nobody talks about the stories, and all the books are overpriced.
Yeah.
And Sight Beyond Sight's here.
Sight Beyond
says
Sight.
It's looking good back there.
Thank you. Thank you. And we got
Saturday morning fans talking about Sergeant Slaughter chats with fans.
Yes.
Poses with Joe fans punching Cobra Commander. Yeah, he
does.
He's really friendly.
He's really into it, and you can tell that he does it because he enjoys it.
Reston
you can tell that. Hey, Reston, how are you? The thing, okay, and this is a conversation me and David has had quite a bit, and we actually again talked about it today about collecting. And okay, because you have people, and it's comic books, it's toys, it's whatever you collect.
Sure.
They only collect with the mindset of retail value. And I've heard, because I've watched videos, and people will say, I'm not buying that book because it won't, a comic book. I'm not going to buy that book because it doesn't have resale value. And I'm thinking, well, do you like the book? I mean, aren't you okay? And I guess I look at it from my point of view. My point of view, I buy a comic book to read. And y'all know me, I don't really get too wrapped up in the condition of the book, because I'll buy a book out of the dollar bin. It'd be all ticked to death. It got color breaking creases in it and all kind of stuff. But I read it, and if I like it, I keep it. If I don't like it, I still keep it. Hey, Custom God, how are you? But I don't think about it as a resale. And the same with, I got Funko Pops, I got this, I got that.
Yeah.
But then you got people that say, I'm going to only buy that because of the resale value. But then I'm like, well, what's the point? Are you a collector? Are you just a person that buys stuff for investment purposes? And if that's your thing, that's your thing. I can respect the dealers because they are a dealer.
Yeah.
And that's what they tell you they are. I am a comic book, I'm a toy, I'm a record, I'm a whatever. I am a dealer. I don't collect, I buy to sell. Okay, I can get my head around that because I know what you do. You buy stuff from people to resell. I can get that. But when you say, oh yeah, a new comic book is out, no, I'm not going to get that because I don't think it's going to have any resale value. Or I don't collect Man Thing because it doesn't hold its value. That's a good read. If you ever read the entire Man Thing run, that's a pretty good read. So is the Green Arrow Longbow Hunter. Those books, you can find those, the whole set in the dollar bin. Even the first, Green Arrow #1 is cheap.
Yeah.
But you'll have people that won't buy it because it doesn't have value. But it's a great read. I bet you it's a better read than that Spider-Man Miles Morales book that was selling for $4,000-$5,000.
That's the reality of it. Actually, that's a good example because nobody cared about that book until he appeared in the film. And then that's when the value went up. Before that, no one cared about Miles Morales. The book was worthless.
Yeah. Pastor Rick said he thought it was very rude when they said no filming, no more comes behind you to be rude again. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because
then one more. Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
guy ran out in front of me, and you couldn't really see anything. If you saw the film,
Yeah.
I was zooming, and you could barely see. And I said, I think that's Lou Ferrigno coming out because none of the booths had anybody in them yet. And the guy runs up. He says, "No, no, don't film over here. Don't film over here." All right, fine.
Yeah, and he wasn't rude, and he was
Yeah,
just like
he
you
just put
could
his
tell he was doing his job.
yeah. I was like, okay, sorry, whatever. But then the security person comes up behind
And
me
of
a
course, it
couple of
was a
minutes later.
chick.
Excuse me, you're gonna have to delete whatever recording you had over there, okay? And I'm like,
She
yeah,
wasn't
sure.
like that, David.
That's what she said, and I was like, yeah, okay, but it's live. What do you want me to delete? There's
Now, Bo Duke wife just died, Robert. She had cancer and she just died.
Yeah.
Yes, Peter Cullen, I would have never guessed,
He was
did
Murky.
the
That's
voice
right.
of Murky.
Murky.
We watched that and saw his name pop up and was
Yep.
like, what? Yes. Tichi. Yeah.
Tiachi.
Hey, how you doing? I don't know. I know you told me how to say it before and I can't remember.
Yeah,
so it's
it's
just going to
okay.
be T. That's all it's going to be. It's just going to be T.
But yeah, I mean, and for those of you who didn't see, basically, and she'll cascade through a few more of the comments there really quick. I see Lee has joined us. But
hey Lee, how are you?
Like I had just explained, I was coming through and I was panning by because I had gone through when I first entered. I went through that whole area through staff. They said nothing. They said nothing to me. They said, "Hey, how you doing?" Whatever. They ignored it. But I guess it's different when they start coming out. Although no one had come out yet, there was just people in lines. And my intention was, I wasn't trying to film the celebrities. I was like, let's see. I wonder whose booths are getting piled up because all those early birds that came rushing through, and I filmed that because it was like 500 people standing there waiting in the interior with more people outside. And the early birds, they let them go and they all started running so they could go wait again, standing in line at the celebrity booths.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be interesting. I wonder who got the most attention there. Let's see who's waiting because no one had come out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I wasn't intending to film celebrities necessarily. And that's when the guy come running out and said, no, no, don't do that. And I'm like, all right, fine. What aggravated me is when somebody followed it up because it's not necessary now. I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying to steal somebody's intellectual property because they consider themselves to be an intellectual property. And what am I going to do with it anyway? Some distance film or photo of a blurry celebrity that you can't tell who it is.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with that? You can't do anything useful with that or make any money off of it. So what are you talking about? But all right, whatever. And again, like I said, it was live anyways. I can't. There's nothing to delete, and I'm not going to anyway. Worst case scenario, they won't give me another press pass. Okay. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I agree with you, Wolfie. Your collecting should be driven by passion, not that I think this is going to be valuable in 5, 15, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Blue Splash found Whatnot to be a good place for 80s or raw G.I. Joe, complete in good condition, hardly anywhere.
Whatnot is a hit or miss.
Yeah.
You're either, as a seller, you're either going to get fried or you're going to do fine. It's a real toss up.
Yeah. People still don't care about Miles Morales. You're right about that. I don't know what drove that craze with the book a couple of years back.
It was because of he appeared in the film. He appeared in the animated film, and everybody leapt on top of that. It has come down a little since then, but it's still holding some value. Also, keeping in mind that modern comic books, it's not like it used to be. It's not like we remember Action Comics #1 with the original Superman. It's hard to find nowadays because during the Seduction of the Innocent trials, they burned all the comic books. People were burning them. They printed 3 million of those. That's how big comics were during that time, and even during the Silver, Bronze, and Copper Age, they were cranking them out by the millions. And nowadays, you're lucky if you get 30, 40,000 copies off the press. So there's not that many of them out there, first of all. But secondly, it was the his appearance in the films that drove the price up.
Hey, Deke, how you doing? And Saturday Morning says Peter Cullen was also Mario and Donkey
And Donkey
Kong.
Kong,
I
he
didn't
was
know
also Eeyore in the Winnie the Pooh stuff.
that.
He used to do Eeyore's voice.
Cajun. Okay.
For most non-Cajuns, oh, you speak Creole? Warren speaks Creole. You know, my son
I would
speaks it.
really.
He learned it when he was in Job Corps, actually, because he was roomie with somebody from Louisiana,
Okay.
and he taught him the language. I guess they had nothing else to do.
Yeah, got all that time.
Yeah.
I would have made a beeline for the toy comic vendors. I would never wait in line. Again, yeah.
You waited in line to wait in line
Yeah.
to wait in line again, because you had to wait out there
Yeah.
in the big area, and then they separated out the VIP holders, and you could hear them on the announcements. VIPs are going to be released in 10 minutes,
Yeah.
vendors.
And they ran through that door.
They
oh
ran.
My God. We was already in there. And I was at a comic booth. And it was some tables, you know, they had it kind of blocked off. And I asked the girl, can I see a book? She was like, yeah, you can come back here and look. So I was back there, and then you heard the door open, and all you heard was feet. And she was like, oh my God. And I looked between the slats, and you could see the people just running in like you would see on the
I'll move that for Chance, because I see he's in there.
Hey, Chance, check out Chance's channel, the Nostalgic Pod Blast channel. And thank you again, Chance. We got the DVD today. That was very nice. Thank you. It's 2025 and they never heard of
says Saturday Morning Fan. I guess not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just to me it was an interesting experience.
It was.
Takeaways. The highlights for me was Kit.
Yes.
The Kit car, it was really well maintained from Knight Rider. No,
Yeah.
I did not take a picture in it. I know Robert asked earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't take a picture.
You had to pay.
You had to pay, and you couldn't go near the car.
No.
You weren't allowed to touch it or be close enough to touch it or anything.
Yeah.
The guy was serious.
Yeah, he wasn't.
And I was just like, I don't want to pay to stand in front of a car. But I did film it, and I thought it was really well maintained, unlike the Mystery Machine and the Ghostbusters vehicles that looked like they were going to fall apart any second.
They looked like they were painted by hand.
They were. It was house paint on that on the Ghostbusters car. They looked like they were towed there. Okay, they looked awful. Another highlight was the guy with the Japanese vending machines.
Yeah, that was nice.
He was from Japan and imported them there, and he set it up the way it's supposed to look, and with the token machine and everything. And I was like, wow, that's you don't see it. You don't see that stateside. So that was really nice to see. That was interesting. Even though I'm not into that, I don't want to buy those eggs. But I'm like, yeah, that's really cool, though. I get it.
Robert would have got some food. No, Wolfie, I didn't. I am still tossing that around.
Yeah.
Because I do like the mass figures. I like that it's the same size and everything. The original mass figures are expensive. I have thought about getting it. I don't know. I'll wait and see if they're like the Ninja Turtles, where Big Bad Toy Store they bundle them.
Yeah.
And then the ones that didn't sell are selling for under $100. So I'll wait.
Sure.
If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I won't be heartbroken at all.
Johnny wants to know about the snakes and turtles. Yeah, there was a vendor there.
What was that about?
That had reptiles and a big snapping turtle. Casey likes smaller cons.
I like the smaller cons.
You can do a lot better. And Deke skipped it. Wants to know if is it worth going. Did you watch the live walkthrough? Because you'll see everything. I saw everything, and so you will too if you do it.
And like we said, the vendors are Artist Alley vendors. There were like 3 toy dealers. One had vintage toys.
Yeah.
And he didn't even bring a lot of vintage toys because I buy from him often. And normally when I see him at shows, he has way more vintage stuff than what he brought. He didn't bring a lot. Everybody, all of the other two had all modern toys. So if you like modern toys, that's good. And then it had, like we said, roughly 6 comic dealers. But the comic dealers, they did have some good books. They had some good wall books and stuff. So
yeah, so the Kit, the gashapon vendor, which was, the Japanese vending machines, the gashapon. The a couple of the comic vendors were really interesting, and particularly Cherry Pickers.
Yes,
because he had stumbled across some really nice gold and silver age
stuff.
He
had some nice
he had
ones.
up on his wall, and you don't see that too often. So he didn't have the usual suspects, as it were, that you see on a comic vendor wall. The big sexy stuff. He had some oddball stuff that was pretty cool. Aside from that, I don't know. And I know who is it, Robert? Somebody asked about cosplayers.
Yeah,
most of them, I don't know. I mean, I know
they
that
had them.
Yeah, there's a couple that were okay. I didn't see, at least not on Friday, enough that it would be worth chasing them down and taking some still shots or filming.
Yeah,
If I could have rounded up at least a dozen or so that I was like, hey, that looks really good. I don't know. Cosplaying, I don't know what to say about it sometimes.
Now, Saturday morning, that's a question I asked myself Friday. The question Saturday morning, well, the comment is Miles is popular with kids, but trouble is it's not the comics, but the movie, shows, games. Many kids has never even read the Miles comics. And that's the question I asked Friday when I saw these people, and you had like people dressed as comic characters, like we saw a Daredevil and we saw some other stuff, and then we saw a bunch of anime ones. All kind of people had on anime, and then you saw some Game of Thrones people. But then the people that had on the anime and the ones that had on the comics, they were young kids. And I was thinking to myself, did they read those comics, or do they just watch like Crunchyroll and just see the characters?
Oh,
in
that
the
looks
movie?
cool. I want to look like that.
But the person is saying it is 46.
Oh, I want to know.
I mean, I guess it's okay if you watch the show.
Sure.
I don't know.
It's not for me.
I just saw it, and that's a question that I have.
It's bad enough up there with the crown on, but which I should have gone. That would have been interesting.
What?
When they ran up on me to stop me from filming. Do you know who I am? Just
you didn't need to do none of that, because they had armed guards there, and you would have walked out by yourself, because I would not have known you.
There's a lot of armed security there, actually. No, I'm not. I'm not going to cut up at a convention.
We didn't see the new Superman movie.
We didn't see it, Lee. We didn't see it. Nostalgic said Mario's comics. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We did see Mario's comics. No army recruiters. I didn't see any musicians.
No, magicians.
Oh, magicians.
No,
I didn't see all that.
They made all the nostalgia disappear. They were all magicians. Nostalgic Podblast was there today. Actually, he was there today.
Yeah. Actually, he kind of said that a little bit, because we were talking, and he hadn't been in a couple of years, so he didn't want to just kind of bring all of this stuff out. And Cherry Pickers hasn't been there in a couple of years, and he was surprised at how many comic book dealers were there this time. So, you're like, okay, Mario is never at a small.
Oh, he's talking about the Atlanta Comic Convention. You got to die to get in there.
Yeah, you really honestly do.
That's the inside joke, because the last time a spot opened up, the guy was killed in a highway accident on his way to the show.
Yeah.
And he called the next person in line and said, yeah, I got a spot. And so that became the inside joke. But someone literally had to die for a spot to open up at that show.
Yeah, it's hard to get in, and when you
It's
get
very
in,
hard.
you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in like Flynn, as they used to say. In like Flynn. But
Five Below has some cool Kellogg's mascot minifigs from Funko. Okay. They're really cool and better than Pops. Probably the best thing Funko is making right now.
well, that's the big rumor mill thing floating around right
What's
now
that?
too, is that General Mills Monsters Cereals is doing a collaboration with the Muppet Show, or with Muppets
okay.
characters,
Mhm.
and they've made Muppet versions of the Monster cereal characters that'll be portrayed on the next round of Monster cereal boxes.
I know what you're saying, Johnny. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that I
didn't go over there because I read the sign and it said during COVID I cut up all my comic books
and made
and
wall art.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, I don't even want to see what you did.
I went by that booth and pretended to fall out. I did. I mean, the camera was all over the place. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting dizzy. I think I'm going to be sick, because that hurt my feelings. I was like, oh, who does this? Oh my God.
Oh wow. No. Chance loved the new Superman movie. We haven't seen it. The Renku cosplay towards the end was
Rengoku.
Okay.
Towards the end.
He was.
I might not have seen it.
Way in the
I
back.
could have missed it. But
well,
yeah,
we don't know who them people are anyway.
Some of them looked okay, and some of them were just, okay, I don't know what you're doing.
Well, to me, I mean, I know what good. Like they had this one girl, she had on this like purple and white thing that looked good. I don't know who she was, but it looked good. Like some of them, you're like, who are you trying to be? Like the one guy, he was Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. The only reason why I recognize that because he had on like the little mint coat top.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, I think he's supposed to be Jon Snow. And I was about to go ask him, but I'm just like, no, I think that's where he's going with this.
Yeah.
But the thing with me and cosplay, like I said, I like seeing them when they're done. I like seeing them when they're not all that great. It's just I don't know who half of them are because I don't watch anime. And it's always, man, I say always an anime character.
It's a lot of them.
Mostly it's anime characters, and I don't know who they are. Now, the ones that are not, you can tell, okay, that's not an anime character. It kind of want to look like this. It's like a mashup of 4 or 5 things, and you kind of got to pick out each one, but it's like, whatever. I take a picture of all of them, good looking bad. But I don't do the videos anymore.
Because any of them will pose for you.
Oh, yeah, they love the pose. So I always say, hey, can I get a picture? And then they'll pose, and we used to put them up. Someone tell a kid.
Johnny talking here.
Oh,
this is what you need to watch. And so they watch Miles Morales because they were told to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. But, oh, man, I don't know. It's not our type of show, basically, ultimately. It's not our type of show. But if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, and that's fine, because I can't take that from you if you get something out of it. Johnny wanted to know who the vendor was that told me the CGC comic was 15. He meant 1,500. He meant 1,500 each.
Yeah, manga is popular with kids right now. My nephew has One Piece and Naruto.
Manga on his shelf, and high school nephew loves Demon Slayer, and that's Saturday morning fan talk.
Hey, how you doing?
Thinks things are looking good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned the rack. I moved the rack because I thought Chance might want to see that. And
has a channel, comic book channel. He does a lot of collaborations, a lot of unboxing. Of the showing of the comics and stuff like that. So check out his channel. Wow, conventions are so commercial nowadays. It's very, very, very commercial nowadays. And the ones I'm going to, if it doesn't say toy and comics in the title, I'm not going. If it just say Comic Con, I'm not going.
Lee says Knight Rider. Oh yeah, the kit car you have to pay. Yes.
Yeah, you had to pay to.
if I'm going to pay to take a picture with that car, you better photograph me sliding across the hood.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, yes. I will
At least be able
I will
to,
full on
No,
Michael Knight that car.
No. I was about to say at least be able to sit in the car, but I wouldn't even want nobody
That was
sitting in the
forbidden.
car.
That was forbidden.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't want
couldn't touch
nobody
the car.
sitting. None of them grubby people. I wouldn't want them sitting in the car.
You'll never get the smell out.
No.
Like on that episode of Seinfeld when he could not the valet had BO and he couldn't get the smell out. He had the car detailed like 3-4 times and it just would not go away. I don't understand the smell. I can't get rid of it. The car's haunted.
At a flea market, some guy cut classic lunch boxes like 70s Marvel heroes, Gremlins up and made wall art. Ugh.
It hurt, says Saturday
I'm
Morning
hurting.
Fan.
I ain't even see it.
Saturday
Hey,
Morning
Shelby,
Fan.
how you doing?
And Shelby Rockstar is here and thinks that Christopher Reeve didn't have the benefit of CGI, but was still their favorite. You know what's one interesting bit of trivia about?
Yeah, you're right about that, Lee.
Lee says most kids can't read anyway. Yeah, no, they can't.
Hey, Sarah. Sarah's here from Iowa.
Yes.
How are you?
With Christopher Reeve, a lot of the flying, because of course he was on wires, but the motion looked natural when he would do the flying scenes. Christopher Reeve, his hobby at that time was hang gliding.
Oh, okay.
And that's why, he would turn and he'd arch his whole body and turn his hand like this, and the things that he was doing, stuff that he would do in hand gliding for natural motion of the glider. And so it worked when they had him up on wires for his turning and twisting and stuff he was doing in the film. It looked more natural and he didn't have to be trained for it. Just a point. He also gained 40 pounds of muscle to prepare for the role.
I know we done beat this horse dead. I ain't gonna mess with it too much more, but
what's that?
I can't understand for the life of me, and I guess I would have to be in the industry. Okay, let's say for an example, I don't know how much it costs. Okay. Superman 1978. Let's say it costs $20 million to make it,
which would be $80 million in today's dollars.
Okay, yeah. Then they gave out
Adjusting
$20 million
for inflation.
$20 million.
Yes.
Why in 2025 with CGI and all this technology, it takes $300 million to make a movie and it's not as good? It don't look as good. It might sound better, because of the sound quality might be better, but visually it's not as good. It got CGI, so that's animation. So what are you paying for there when all you're doing is sitting on the computer and drawing? Yeah. The acting is worse.
And then the
writing is awful.
The CGI is not very good. And then you've got the original 2 CGI films, which is the first Jurassic Park. Oh, you're way behind.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to catch up.
The first Jurassic Park and Terminator 2 holds up better than any modern CGI. Looks more realistic.
But I don't understand why is CGI more expensive than a movie with practical effects. When you had practical effects, you had to build the set. CGI, you just in a warehouse with green screen, and all you got is some green fabrics all over the place.
And that's a good example of that. And I've shown you the photographs from it. Was Dr. No. No, not Dr. No. It was I can't remember which Bond film it was. It was when he meets Blofeld for the first time. And he was in Japan, and they went into the volcano. And on the studio lot, they built an 80-foot volcano with an opening on the top, with a door that opened with a false lake on top for a helicopter to land in. And inside, they had multiple floor structures with a monorail and everything inside. Because they wanted it to be real, and they had a platform that swung out like this that a real helicopter landed on when it came in through the hole. And it's like, God, the set is absolutely amazing.
And it still costs less
less than to do it on a green screen.
Now, yeah,
I got 2-word answer for you.
General Lee is the one you slide on, not Kit. Michael Knight wasn't sliding across
slid on that car. He ran on that car.
He had sex all up in that car.
He did, because Kit complained about it. That's true.
Kit told him to stop because he didn't like it.
Stop doing things like that in the back seat, Michael. Yeah, I
don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. It makes me nervous. He would jump through the window. He would jump through the skylight. He'd run on the car and stomp on it. He did everything to that car.
Chance has a Christopher Reeve autograph. Talk about rare, and I think John McJunkin don't have one. Never mind. He signed it for me in person in '94 before his accident, where he could no longer sign anything. Christopher Reeves had to work out to build muscle mass. No CGI and no bodysuit. That's right.
These are all because Chance was looking. I cleaned and pressed all these myself. Yes, we did see. Chance wants to know if we saw that Blu-ray Superman. Yes, we did.
And Robert has the 3-hour Superman. Okay, yeah, we saw that. Jon Snow actor must be hitting hard times. Yeah, the guy out there playing, and he was a young little bony guy. Yeah. Darth Vader trained Christopher Reeves.
Oh, really? Prowess, the actor in the suit.
Oh, okay.
Not
trained him for
James
what?
Earl Jones. I don't know.
Remember, ABC aired the 3-hour cut of Superman 2 with the rare scene of Superman sending Zod to jail. Yes, they didn't die, but cut the scene. Oh, okay. Kill the boy in weed. Oh, showing all your little.
Yeah, because Chance recognized what they were. So, on that spinner rack that we got.
Yes.
Not too long ago.
And Robert is letting us know that he has the Superman 2 3-hour on Blu-ray. Yep. Godzilla -1 costs almost nothing.
I think it was 17 million.
See?
And that was CGI. Japan wanted to show they could do it better.
And what year did that come? Oh, -1. That's more, but that's recent.
Year,
okay, that's recent.
Yeah. I think it was a $17 million budget, something crazy. But yeah, I cleaned and pressed all those myself, Chance.
Oh, okay.
They look better than they started.
Hey, James, how are you?
Oh, thank you. James says you only live twice. Yeah, it was the one where he was in Japan.
Oh, okay. There was a non-killed boy in the TV cut of the Superman 2, says Chance, with the red police siren as he tried to escape on a horse. Richard Dreyfuss built his own volcano with mashed potatoes in Close Encounter.
Yeah, he did. He also wrecked the landscaping in that film.
Michael was all muddy and Kit didn't let him get inside.
That's right. I remember that episode. You're not ruining my upholstery.
Workout training.
Oh, okay.
To bulk up. Oh, okay.
I see.
John McJunkin never got a picture of the General Lee nor Kit, but I did get a free picture of Shep car.
The Schlepp car from Wonderbug series of the Croft Super Show. Really?
Oh, okay.
The Schlepp car. Munin says, excellent job cleaning and pressing.
Yes.
I hope so. Well, like I said earlier, mostly my clientele is our vendors.
Yeah.
They're comic vendors. And so I must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah, second appearance of him, a.k.a. Adam Warlock down there. There's a couple of... You saw also the first appearance of the Absorbing Man, the first appearance of Merlin. There's a couple of minor keys there. Minor keys. Shelby Rockstar just saw Zardos with Sean Connery. Still caught my imagination, even being 50.
Is that the one where he was the detective?
No, Zardos is the one where he was in his underwear the whole film.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And movie. A pair of suspenders.
I didn't see that movie.
With a bandolier of bullets on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that one. But it was a weird one. Was it? It was either him or what's the other guy? Donald Sutherland. They were he was a detective, and they were locked up in that room, and he was going crazy. God, I can't think of the name of that movie.
It was Sean Connery.
It was Sean Connery.
He killed that guy.
Yeah,
I remember.
Because he kept snapping, and he was trying to not snap, and I think he did snap. What about the 18 van? No, we don't have the 18. I never seen anybody try to recreate the 18
I've seen
van.
pictures of it, but I've seen pictures of it, custom jobs, but not in person. Johnny wants me to get a snake and go sit with Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno will knock you out.
Yeah, Lou
as in
he picks
training.
because I mean there are people that said they've met Lou Ferrigno and it was fine.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people though that I've talked to that have met Lou Ferrigno and found him to be quite rude and disagreeable. So it depends.
Oh, no problem, James.
James is glad we're on tonight. I appreciate that.
One of the weird. Now, okay, back to the Comic Cons because we were talking about Heroes Con.
Okay.
And Hall was there recently, and we never been to the Heroes Con, but I think Heroes Con is similar to Toylanta, Joe Fest, where you have a good mix. Well, I think it's mainly and Hall, please let us know. Confirm. I think it's mainly comics, but you have toys, and then you got, of course, Artist Alley, because I don't think you're gonna ever get away from Artist Alley. But we always say we want to go to Heroes Con, but we never go because you have to spend the night, and nobody trying to spend the night.
I could, and I've got some really early Batmans on the other side of that rack, and she's got a bunch of early crime, like Golden Age crime on that rack as well, because we split it in half.
Yeah. Heroes Con is mainly comics for sure. Okay. There are other things there, but it's all about comic books. Yes, because from my understanding, it started off as like a comic book, 100% comic book convention, and then it kind of grew to like where you got some toys and you got some Artist Alley and stuff like that. Kit wouldn't let a Muddy Michael inside, and one where Kit had turbo boosted on the 30-foot ups.
Oh yeah, he jumped from the parking garage into the apartment or the condo, and he was like, "How am I going to get out?" And they never showed.
They never showed how he got out, because my question was when he was flying through the air and he went through that window and he landed. I'm like, how he gonna get out? And then they just cut to the next scene and he was on the ground.
Yeah, they didn't want to explain it.
I just completed the 4-issue. I thought Mass had more than 4 issues.
Wolfie, he's talking about the original. He's talking about the original Marvel comics.
But I thought it was more than 4, because it seems like I got that, and I just looked at it the other day and I saw a number 10 or something.
I don't know.
I think it's more than 4. I gotta look. I just saw it the other day when I was flipping through my books because I gotta redo it. But I pulled out the mask. The mask was like at hand. I think it's more than 4. I mean, I might be wrong, but it felt like it was more than 4. It felt like it was like 10. Lou Ferrigno is moody.
That's what Chance says, and Munin is hoping it's not for people that are in line. Everybody, that was my experience, and like I said, I've heard that from people as well, that he can be. Keep in mind, to him, it's probably just a job. He's been doing that for 40 years. Okay, at going to cons and selling autographs.
But he really hasn't done much of anything else outside of
rarely
the Hulk and being a bodybuilder.
Yeah. So I mean, he's done some other films. He was Hercules in a film. And,
was he?
Yeah, he was. He's done some films.
Oh, okay. I just never seen him in nothing.
But he doesn't get that many gigs. Rarely.
Yeah. Heroes Con is pricey.
But Saturday Morning wants to know if we have Transformers Marvel comics.
I don't. I think David has the first one.
No, I have some that I got. I think I have some in the slab bin that I pressed and cleaned. But
I saw that. Chance. Mario had Transformers #1. I didn't see how much it cost, but I saw that he had it.
Mm-hmm.
Mass had 2 mini
minis from DC in the 80s. Okay, and IDW later. That's what it is.
Okay, because I know it's a couple car.
But yeah, I mean, since like I said, since the early '90s, I've been seeing Lou at shows. He that's all he does. So to him, he's probably like, yeah, this is the gig. This is my job. And I don't know. He some people enjoy it and some don't. And I guess he just doesn't. You know.
Yeah, the car is an ambulance, but the ambulance and the hearse was the same car. I think.
No,
it wasn't.
No, they're designed differently.
Yeah, but the original was a ambulance.
Robert wants to know if Bravestar had a comic. Did he have a comic?
I don't remember seeing one. I'm sure it wouldn't be surprising because everybody else had a comic. I don't remember ever seeing one. Yeah, Lou Ferrigno is no Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think Mass started with a 4-issue miniseries and then started with it was published by DC and then it did the same thing with Star Trek.
That's another one I cleaned and pressed. I sent that one in.
Trauma Center it lasted 10 weeks. Chance says Lou was in a show right after Hulk called Trauma Center as a paramedic. That seems very weird. I mean, because of his size, you just can't really.
Paramedic.
If that really is Lou's main source of income, he should probably be not be in butthole.
I would think so, but I mean, people. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you what's going on in his mind, but maybe he's just not happy his career didn't go further. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You could speculate on it all day, but yeah,
maybe he's in pain. You know, when you're in pain, you get real moody.
I don't know, because there's a lot of people have complained about it, and I remember there were complaints at the sci-fi convention in the 90s, some complaints that were coming through. And
hey,
Patty's here. They covered for him by saying, well, Lou is deaf. And I'm like, he's hearing impaired. He can hear you. He's not deaf. He can hear. He's technically deaf. But is that an excuse?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Sorry.
That's what the show back in the 90s, that's what the show would tell people when they would complain.
Saturday Morning says Bravestar did have a comic. Chance says maybe Lou Ferrigno has hearing issues.
He's saying the same thing there, kind of. I don't know.
Johnny says the Ghostbuster car at the con was the wrong car.
It's the best they could do.
Yeah, I mean, they're not expecting people to be looking at it all deep like that. So, you just get a hearse, an old hearse, and you paint it up nice and pretty. You're good.
Saturday Morning Fan is correct, actually. Blackthorn Publishing. I forgot about them.
Okay.
Blackthorn Publishing in the late 80s. And they also did, because they did 3D comics, and they did G.I. Joe. They did Rambo. They did a few oddballs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Hall, just picked up
that comic.
Yeah, he picked it up at Heroes Con for $10.
Sure. Yeah, Robert said people can be rude too. I'm sure he's had his fill. Probably.
And they probably wanted him to pick. People probably wants him to pick them up and hold them over his head and do all kind of weird things. And he's like, no, I'm doing that.
Everybody wants Sergeant Slaughter to do the Cobra Clutch on him.
Yeah, but that's just putting your arm around the neck, not lifting a person up and pressing them over your head.
Like, hey, Luke, can you slam me?
Not slam, but just lift them up over the head and take a picture.
Actually, that he'd probably want to do. Oops! Butterfingers?
Saturday Morning says Lou lost his chance to return as Mr. Fix-It as Death of Hulk TV movie meant to follow up in the Rebirth of Hulk movie, but Bill Bixby passed away before he got to do it.
Joe Fix-It, that's a Hulk alternate.
Oh, before I got LASIK. Oh, Johnny was legally blind. Golly. 2040 vision.
400.
400. Wow,
Yeah,
you couldn't see it
Thor
all.
said some fans fail to realize some celebrities like Lou and William Shatner are just jerks, pain, and the you know what. I've never met Shatner.
Oh wow,
So
they had a California. I think I've seen the
that sounds
California
familiar.
Raisins
That sounds
comic.
familiar.
I think I've seen
Actually,
that.
Wolf saw the G.I. Joe movie.
The cartoon?
I was once
Yeah,
a
yeah,
man.
yeah,
The
yeah.
animated film. The oh, and Johnny said, "Ask Ric Flair to slap you on the chest." Ric Flair bailed. He did not show up.
I ain't gonna say bailed. Maybe something happened.
Yeah, maybe, but he wasn't there, and his promoter told the show, "Don't expect him. He's not coming."
That's a
So
shame.
yeah, he did not show up. So I don't know why, but yeah, he didn't show. I know he's got skin cancer right now, so maybe he's having some issues.
Maybe. That's a shame.
All those too many years of like deep suntans got to him, I guess.
I guess.
But, you know, these guys abuse themselves so badly, and then Buff Bagwell is in the news, and for those of you who have not seen, that's some sad news. They've gone ahead and amputated his leg. As some of you might be aware.
No, Chance said maybe he passed away. See,
no,
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
thinking.
so. Yeah, he just didn't show up. But Buff Bagwell, of course, you saw him mostly in WCW.
Yeah.
But he had a car accident in Georgia, in Cobb County, where he was so wasted, basically, he just passed out while he was driving and actually drove through a brick wall. And amongst his injuries, his right leg was severely damaged, and he's had multiple surgeries over the last 5 years. This happened in 2020, and he was full of like fentanyl and liquor. Basically, he was loaded.
Jeez.
But which a lot of these guys do for painkillers, and they really abuse themselves. Some of these wrestlers, it's pretty sad life. But between the injuries and the surgeries, because sometimes the surgeries are as bad as anything else.
Hey, Gordon Shumway, that's Alf, and he wants to eat all our cats.
Yeah, how many cats
you
do
can
we
eat
have?
6 of them.
We're currently taking care of 11. I have one more to catch from the other house because he's still not cooperating. And then the stray cat that's been coming around, I think she dropped kittens somewhere. I got to find him.
You welcome the 12 of them.
Oh, no.
You can come and pick them up.
Gordon Shumway doesn't eat cats anymore. Remember, he couldn't do it on the show.
Yeah.
He gave them
That's
up.
because he made a promise to them. He didn't make a promise to us.
But anyways, Bagwell, sometimes the surgeries are worse than anything, and the surgeries caused more problems. He had his knee was rebuilt a couple of times. They did a few things, and it was just so screwed up. They decided to remove it last week.
Jeez.
And they took it off from the hip down, so the leg is completely gone. The leg is completely gone, which is unfortunate. And it makes you think of that. It makes you think of the film with Mickey Rourke, the wrestler.
That was a sad movie. If you never saw The Wrestler,
because some of those guys look like that. If you we see them at the shows. Some of those guys look just they're like their bodies are destroyed.
And we watch a lot of the bodybuilders. You know, they say like this bodybuilder died, and then they tell you stories about how they died, and it's usually because of all of the drugs they're on, and of course dehydration and kidney failure, liver
they take
failure,
all kinds of diuretics,
and all of that,
steroids.
And just the way they look, because they just beat themselves up. The wrestlers, the bodybuilders, you don't hear about that with strongmen too often.
Well, they're regulated heavily.
Yeah. And I think
you can't take anything.
I think with bodybuilders, they should be regulated, because that's just abuse. And you can work out and eat properly and still look good. Now, I know if you take all of these drugs, you get that your skin looks super thin. It looked like just a layer over your muscle. And I know that's what you're going for, but boy, when your health is in um is the way it is and you dying badly. I mean, these people die so bad
Uh-huh.
because of just what they do to their body just to get that look.
And
The men and the
and
women.
it's extremely painful too. It's not like they just drop dead. They suffer. They really
Yes.
suffer because of
Yeah.
the body looks phenomenal, but their organs are all dying. It's
Yeah.
horribly painful.
You're right about that, K Munin. And then I
Yeah.
see the women, and they'll show you like their voice before they started the drugs, and they got this real soft, feminine voice.
Yeah.
And then after they've been doing it for a while, they sound like a man. And you're like, because of all the testosterone they take and
And
all of this stuff.
for a female, that level of voice is actually painful for them. They complain about physical pain in their throats trying to speak. And so their voice gets softer and softer because they lower their tone. Because if they try to project their voice, it causes pain. And that even if they get off the testosterone, it's permanent.
Yes.
They can't get rid of that pain. It's horrible.
Oh no, they're planning on doing a new $6 million
That's what
man.
Saturday morning
Oh
fans suggest. The
jeez.
Bionic Woman failed miserably. I don't think they got past 3 episodes. Nostalgic met Lee
Really?
Majors and
And
was
it was a
disappointed.
disappointment.
Johnny Future met him also. Johnny, how was your experience? Robert
Yeah.
says Schwarzenegger and Stallone are doing okay. Schwarzenegger, not so much, because he can't work out the way he wants to. He's on his third heart surgery.
Yeah, but he was never, I don't think he was ever heavily into
He
drugs.
experimented with the steroids in the 70s, but he said he didn't like the interaction.
Yeah.
So he didn't get too much into it.
Yeah, but now these people are taking insulin and all of this stuff. And I'm like, how you gonna take insulin? And I mean, the amount of drugs they take. I don't know why I watch that
Yeah.
stuff, but I watched that and the wrestling one where they talk about these people were wrestlers and what happened to them, and they just
And
died
they're pushed
bad.
hard too, because I remember oh god, what is that guy's name? Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious was a wrestler. He was a big dude, and he was talking about that he had just had shoulder surgery,
Oh geez.
and they rushed him out there, and he was like, I don't know if I can do this right now, but he went ahead and did it anyways, and he tore it again in the ring, like shortly after having his surgery, and had to go back and do it again. And it's like, oh my god, give me a freaking break. What they give too much sometimes.
John was saying how he almost got Linda Carter's autograph, but when he was walking up there, he tripped over a little midget and freaked her out, so he never got the autograph.
Oh no. And Munin says, I know nothing about wrestling. They choose that line of work and they choose to drink and do drugs. They do it to themselves. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, Stallone looks
As
like
far
he's
as I
doing
know,
fine. I never
yeah.
heard that he was on any type of drugs or anything. I got Gabe Kaplan autograph on a TV Guide Battle of the Network Stars cover, and I think it devalued the item. I'm not
Says
sure why I did that.
Gordon, I've got Gabriel Kaplan's autograph.
Who's Gabriel Kaplan?
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh.
He was a comedian before that,
Oh.
but Johnny says, Ric Flair posted, I'm not going to be at ATL. Personal and health related issues. Thank you for understanding. Yeah, well, he's in bad shape. He's in bad shape right now. But also Munin mentions UFC fighters. They're regulated.
Yeah, they're heavily regulated.
They're regulated.
But see, it's things like that. Okay, you got boxers, you got strongmen, you have UFC, you got CrossFit. Heavily regulated. Yeah. Those people, you look at their bodies look great. I mean, granted, it's not as shredded as a bodybuilder's because you don't see all of the striations and all of that, but they look really good. I mean, So I don't know. I just think they need to really regulate bodybuilders because that's crazy. I am not. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, we read that one. Chan says the 1980s we're all about steroids, cocaine, silicone breast implants.
They still doing all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's all of them. That's a signature of all five signatures of all five of them are on there. I know it's a little hard to see, and that
yeah.
this is official. This is certified. It's not like simulated.
Okay.
But yeah, I know I got some weird stuff. But
Hmm.
I used to really love this show when I was a kid. You know, used to really love that show.
Ric Flair says he's looking forward to seeing y'all at future signings.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope he's doing okay. I mean, he's old and he looks pretty bad.
He's iconic to the industry,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
is.
given a lot to it. Whether
Yeah.
you like Flair or not, he's given everything he's got to that industry.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, if you're in the classic wrestling, he's one of the faces, one of the many faces of classic wrestling. When you talk about WWF, you think about Ric Flair,
w,
Hulk Hogan, Macho Man.
NWA, where because I think he started wrestling
No,
in
NWO. NWA is
National Wrestling Association
oh.
before WWF. Because
Oh.
Ric Flair started wrestling in 1972.
Okay, okay.
So he goes way back.
Okay.
He goes way back, and Nostalgia said that was pretty cool. Yeah, I've got a couple of autographs. I don't.
I seen that comic.
Yeah, those are hard to find in decent shape. Saturday Morning Fan, the Welcome Back Cotter comics.
Yeah.
But yeah, Johnny says Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Undertaker, Sergeant Savage. Sergeant Savage.
Randy Savage.
Randy Savage. I got the wrong person.
Hey Jesse.
Jesse's here.
How you doing?
Long day, happy
Bob
to be here.
Backlund needs to always be an iconic wrestler.
Oh, and by the way,
Bob Backlund.
That is Bob Backlund magazine, and it is signed. I gave this to her as a gift.
Bob Backlund. I love
years
The
ago.
Undertaker, but my favorite wrestler of all time is Bob Backlund. I think I'm like the only person on earth that even knows who Bob Backlund is and actually can say that I love Bob Backlund.
And this is one of their promo magazines, and it's signed by Bob Backlund. And I tracked this down for, I know it's hard to see it. I tracked this down for her a few years ago because I knew she liked him.
Saturday morning, I think you just be making some stuff up now. MGM Studios confirmed they are making a live action My Little Pony movie, joining a live action
Is it called My Little? Is it called My Little Brony?
No, Saturday morning, just making some stuff up. That's not true. Why?
And that's her Undertaker and Paul Bear.
We call them midgets.
Autograph.
They prefer little persons instead, even though Mrs. Carter asked her assistant, what's this guy trying to do to the midget?
Shame on you, Johnny. But I matted and framed this for her myself as a gift many years ago. And he won't do this. He won't do this anymore because he now signs a U and a T with an arrow. He will not sign Undertaker.
And I'm really sad about him. On Peacock, they did maybe 5-6 part documentary, chronicling his life and all the way up to like the present at that time, and just all of the stuff and how broken he was and how many injuries he's had.
2 replacement hips, and yeah.
All of his joints, I think he said, has been replaced, but he keeps going back into the ring. McMahon would call him, and he'll go back every time. And you can see him, they show him getting ready, and he can't even run back and forth. You know how you run back and forth and hit each rope? He can't even do that without getting winded.
He sounds like an old steam engine.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And then he's trying to climb to the top rope, and it was just so hard
It's
to
like, dude,
watch. And
just
it's like,
stop.
yeah, just like leave it alone, cut it out. Chance appreciates how you're always on time
We try.
in the
We
videos.
try.
Remember Dick the Bruiser?
Robert wants to know who remembers Dick the Bruiser or Spike Huber.
Who they wrestlers?
Wrestlers.
Sandman was a fun
I remember
wrestler.
Sandman, says
I don't remember
Chance
him.
there. That was a
Oh my
little
God,
later.
it's real.
It's real. Is it My Little Brony and Friends?
They're probably gonna do the same thing they did with Lilo and Stitch.
Oh God, no.
Display name is here.
Glad you could make it today.
Yeah, Robert. I think
CGI.
it's gonna be like whatever they did with Lilo and Stitch. The live action My Little Pony and Care Bear movie better be like the Cats movie. See that?
Terrifyingly embarrassing, says Hall. Yeah.
I heard the Cats movie was really bad.
Yeah, I heard that
it
too.
was really bad. I didn't see it, but I heard it was really bad. The costumes, everything was just really bad.
Sure. But just
yeah, see, Jesse know about that cross-faced chicken wing.
Talking about Bob Backlund.
Yes.
There you go, Jesse.
That was his signature move, the cross-faced chicken wing. He would lay that on you, and he would come out with that bow tie and that ugly tweed jacket. I loved
Bob Backlund.
Sure. I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of disappeared. Because he was big in the 90s or late 80s, early 90s, I think, and then he kind of just disappeared. Now, Johnny is saying...
I asked the question earlier. Yeah. He met Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner. They're nice, but it was their first con, and I couldn't tell if it was overwhelming for them because of the amount of people in line for them, but they were nice and cordial.
Okay.
Well, I know that Lee Majors is... I know they've both done it plenty of times because that one guy has everything in the world autographed from them.
He even got pictures of him with him and that
he's
sign.
At a lot of the Joe shows.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name again?
The $6 Million Man.
No, Trinessa. The name of the vendor.
That's his name, I thought, right?
No.
Oh, it's not? I thought his name was the $6 million.
No. Oh. That's not the name.
I know who you're talking about, though, but I don't know his name.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's at all of the big shows around here.
Yeah, him and his wife.
He has all the Bionic Man stuff
and woman
and a ton of signatures.
Yes, both movies are really confirmed and they're really in the works.
They're really
and
money pits.
Really silly.
They're really money pits and it's really money laundering. But they're
they're making a brony movie and it's just wrong. It's just every wrong. Single
Muted,
level.
You are correct. That's a terrible idea. But I know some things just don't need to be done.
No.
And they keep forcing it.
Like they just redid I Know What You Did Last Summer, or I remember seeing the original. Yeah. I saw the first two. I admit that. I don't know why, but I saw the first two. The first one was barely just okay. I mean, you know how some movies are just okay? The first one was barely just okay. But it's like, do we really need to remake that movie? I was at Bionicon in 2006, which was Lizzie Wagner's first convention appearance. It was in Tampa, Florida. Richard Anderson, Oscar was there too.
Okay, Chance. Gordon says, stay away from Autograph Row next time.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I've never had a problem with it, though. I've gone by tables of the celebrities in other shows, and they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but ATL apparently has a problem.
Oh, yeah, they got a big problem with that.
So, whatever. Okay.
Mr. Wrestling #2, That Mask on Superstation 17. Oh, yeah, that was on the channel, Superstation 17. That's today. Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Neat fact. First Care Bear movie was the highest grossing non-Disney movie ever, beating Smurfs and the Magic Flute, who had the title before American Tail, would take their title from them later.
According to Saturday Morning Fan there. Wolfie's got to go.
Thank
Glad
you, Wolfie, for hanging out with
Glad
us.
you could make it. As we continue, yeah, Lee Major says, Pastor Rick.
Sandra Bullock was the Bionic Woman?
In the 89 film?
Really?
In 89? I don't remember.
I don't know
Shelby
too much.
says that. I
Hey,
have no
Graham.
idea.
Bruno
Sammartino's son is Bruno Mars. Really?
Oh, okay.
Bruno Sammartino, the wrestler.
I have heard of that
Yes.
before. Okay. How long before Rainbow
No, Saturday morning. We don't need Rainbow
we don't
Bright.
Need, don't
we
put
don't
that
need
in
what
the atmosphere.
We don't need what they're doing anyways.
Yeah, don't
it's
put it in the
much.
atmosphere. Somebody might hear it.
Certain things just do not translate well to live action. And that's part of the problem that both Marvel and DC have been having with a lot of their films.
And Disney.
There are certain things that when you make it live action, it just doesn't feel right. And it's, oh, please don't do that.
Like, I remember when James Gunn took over DC, and he said one of the movies he wanted to make was Creature Commandos. And I'm like,
no,
God, I hope that is not a live action.
Oh, that sounds like a bad 90s television show like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something. Don't do it. But they said it's going to be animated, but then they did produce it animated. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but I saw previews for it and they girl bossed the hell out of it. And so I'm just like, you ruined the whole point of what Creature Commandos was in the original comics.
Because wasn't like, I remember that. Do you remember when Andre the Giant used to wear a mask?
I don't know if I remember that. But yeah, they girl bossed it, and it's like, oh, why'd you bother to do that? Why'd you do that? Just why'd you even bring it out? And then the of course speculative interest drove the cost of the early appearances through the roof.
Hey Ray, how you doing? You heard about a major Matt Mason movie?
Really? No, I haven't heard that. I have not heard about a major Matt Mason movie. That's a bit of a stretch because Matt Mason, that's what, 1967, 68?
Isn't that the guy that you got with the arm chopped off?
What arm?
The guy that got his arm chopped off trying to help somebody. Isn't that the guy? You got his figure. He got his arm chopped off.
No.
Oh, that's not the guy?
No. You're mixing stuff up. The Major Matt Mason is the bendy action figure from Mattel of astronauts. The person you're thinking of,
JJ Arms,
is JJ Arms.
The arms chopped off.
And he lost his hands stealing blasting caps from a railroad.
Oh, he didn't lose his arm.
He wasn't trying to help anybody, and he didn't lose his arm.
I thought he was
blasting caps.
I thought he was some kind of detective, and the boy got kidnapped.
He was, because he became a private detective.
Oh, but that's not how he lost his arm.
No, it's not how he lost his arms. He didn't lose his arms. He lost his hands. He lost his hands stealing those signal caps. Is what the little discs that they put on the railroad track.
Yes.
Because they explode when the train runs it over as a signal to the engineer. And him and some other boys were stealing them. He was like 12. And there was some mishap, and they blew up in his hands while he was carrying them. And that's JJ Arms. And he was a famous private detective in the 70s, which is why Ideal made an action figure of him. But most of the stories about JJ Arms, he made up himself.
Hey, Richard.
And Richard's there. He's
from Yonkers.
Yeah, nostalgic.
Bewitched had a movie?
Will Ferrell did a Bewitched film. It was absolute garbage. So was his rendition of Land of the Lost. They made it a comedy. It was a bad comedy. Land of the Lost was a dramatic show. It was a Saturday morning drama from Sid and Marty Krofft. One of the few times they ever did anything like that. So there we go.
Really?
Here, I'll show you something real interesting.
No need for live Popples, Hug a Bunch, My Pet Monster, or Teddy Ruxpin, as they had live action TV movies of those things. And Bruno Mars is not the son of Bruno's Martino's son. His father named him Bruno because he was a fan of wrestling. Okay.
Yeah.
90s Lost in Space movie. Do you remember the 90s Lost in Space movie?
Yeah, that was it was okay, but it didn't feel like Lost in Space at all. That's J.J. Arms, the action figure based on the actual person from Ideal.
Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell.
Should be banned, he says. No one will ever see it again. See there's the J.J. Arms, and you see all the hand attachments. So you can, because he comes with multiple hands, so that he can switch out and perform different tasks. And he became famous because, what was it? Robert Redford's kid was kidnapped or somebody. I forget.
Somebody.
I forget who it was. He was on the case.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this.
Land of the Lost could have been a good movie, but it got ruined.
Uh-huh.
What is that? Oh, J.J. Arms. Oh, and then he signed it.
Yeah. He did a private signing, and this is obviously the backing from the Ideal action figure. This was him at the time of the signing. His actual signature, which is difficult to do with a hook. And they only did 100 of these, I believe.
Richard says the Monday update episode of the Collection Room really looked good, and I didn't know that you had the 3-inch or 2-inch Shogun Warriors. Amazing. Speaking Japanese giant robots.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got the 3 to 5 inch and the jumbo machinders. I don't have all of them. I'm working on it.
Ray remembers when the Land of the Lost came on Saturday morning. Sid and Monty Croft had great effects back in the day. Back in the day when they did practical effects, no CGI. And now you got all of this technology with CGI, AI, and AI is making movies, it's making songs, it's making TV shows, it's making everything. It's writing your papers, doing all your math problems, and it's getting it wrong.
That's it right there, all 3 seasons as a Land of the Lost. And I believe, again, it's one of few, because Sid and Marty Croft only did a couple of dramas like Bigfoot and Wild Boy, and this one, and this is the most popular one, but it was serious. The show was pretty serious. It had a couple of comedy moments, but
Gordon recommends Pinocchio in Space from the 60s. He says it's a weird animated movie, but it's really cool, and we gotta watch it. Pinocchio from in Outer Space, animated movie from the 60s.
I don't remember that. Pastor Rick says, I got the J.J. Arms action figure and van for Christmas in 1976.
I wish I still had them.
Really? I have the van. Ideal also planned to make a headquarters, a vinyl headquarters building, but it never got past prototype, I don't think. Yeah, Saturday Morning said Dyna-Girl and Electra Woman and turned it into an adult-aimed comedy, said Saturday Morning Fan. Well, that was actually shorts. It wasn't an actual show in of itself. It was part of the Sid and Marty Croft Power Hour with Captain Cool and the Kongs. Captain Cool and the Kongs was the name of a band, and they would do musical interludes between really short 10-minute segments or shorts of characters like that. The who was it? The Electra Woman and Dyna-Girl, and that's where that came from. So she didn't really have her own show per se. So did I think that's where Bigfoot and Wild Boy came from as well.
Land of the Lost had a remake in the 90s.
Yeah, and there's an action figure series based on that show, and it's the only time action figures have been done for Land of the Lost was from the 90s show. Rie says there's a cool repop Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
lunchbox with the complete series on DVD, but it's expensive.
Really?
Huh.
Hmm.
Richard wants to know if I have any of the Matchbox Voltron. I don't.
I thought you had some Voltron.
I don't have any Voltron. That's I had, but that's part of the collection I lost. Gordon like Dr. Shrinker. Yeah, that was Billy Barty as Dr. Shrinker. Billy Barty was involved in a lot of their projects, but he was usually in costume, so you couldn't tell who it was. And Billy Barty, of course, probably where you would know him best from was as Gwildor from the
live action He-Man.
Yes, from the '87 He-Man.
How's that movie coming along? I haven't seen any more updates about it. The Masters of the Universe.
Who cares? I mean, it's going to be shit.
You don't know that. They might actually do it well.
They've already screwed it up by having a short, fat female police officer arrest Prince Adam in the clips that have been revealed. It's already blown. The fact that they're even on Earth blows the entire
But you don't
function.
know why they're on Earth.
I don't care why they're on Earth. They ain't supposed to be there. That was one of the throwbacks from the other film. If it wasn't so cheesy and nostalgic, everybody would hate the one with Dolph Lundgren. That's because that was the big complaint then. The hell are they doing on Earth? Well,
I saw that movie in theaters, and honestly, I don't remember it at all. I seen it only once. I saw it in the theaters, and I don't remember the movie at all. I don't remember nothing about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, in 2001, Marky Post was the Electra Woman, an alcoholic in a trailer park. Live action pilot.
Says nostalgia. I don't remember that. And Richard's talking about the vehicle team Voltron. He's naming them off.
Oh, naming off the different vehicles?
The Voltron vehicles, yeah.
And there we go with Robert.
I don't have any of that stuff right now, though. I wish I did still have it. Robert couldn't watch Sid and Marty Krofft.
He couldn't stand it.
He does remember Dr. Shrinker and Wonderbug.
I think we tried watching the reboot of V.
No. Well, V got bad anyways, the original.
Yeah, I mean...
The first one was brilliant. The
first
the miniseries was brilliantly written. The second miniseries was okay, but it didn't have the same flair as the original miniseries. And then when they went straight to seasonal production, they just completely lost the whole feel.
Yeah, they kind of went off the rails. I think they should have just ended it, and because it just lost all its charm and what they were going for. Feel like it just got lost, especially when they brought that girl in, and then she had the baby, and it just got really weird because it felt like they didn't have direction and it was just grasping at straws, and it was just everywhere. It just, I don't know, it just didn't feel good. I actually met the character, says Johnny, from Land of the Lost a few years ago. Will, the brother, Holly, the daughter, and Shaka, the 8-boy. I had a group breakfast with them and got signatures and group photos.
Dad wasn't there.
Was on their wrap. Oh, okay. You got
Yeah, I saw those pictures.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, He-Man is done filming,
and of course,
so it's in post-production.
He-Man is half human, yeah, but I mean, the only time He-Man was ever on Earth in the filmation was in the Christmas special.
Yeah.
So,
did you like Labyrinth? We saw Labyrinth, didn't we?
Gordon wants to know if we saw. Yeah, Labyrinth was fun.
Yeah, that was
Labyrinth was fun.
Good. Wasn't that the one with those the council, those little slug things? No, I don't know. I remember seeing it though.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking.
Jim Henson puppets and David Bowie. And the boy was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And the girl tried to get him back.
I didn't like the one with what's that guy named, the little short guy from Risky Business. Tom.
She didn't like what is the name
What's
of that
his
movie?
name though? Tom
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
What, in his first film, I think. Or one of his first films.
I think his first film was Outsiders.
Legend.
I didn't like that.
Visually, I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, but that girl got on my nerves.
Well, the
She
girl
was
got on
like-
your nerve because she was stupid.
Yeah,
but
it was all her fault messing around with that unicorn.
at least she admitted it, and she tried to fix it.
Barely
She
admitted
did try
it.
to fix it. She did try to fix it.
Okay. Chance says Electra Woman never aired, but it is on YouTube. So
The
if you want
the
to,
reboot.
yes,
Saturday
the
Morning Light, the
2001.
Bugaloos. The Bugaloos is hilarious because of what is her name? Benita Bazaar.
Do you remember the Bay City Rollers?
Driving the, not really, driving the car a million miles an hour. Let me see. I know I got it.
Yeah, Richard, Saturday Morning says that it's wrapped up with production. I mean, with filming, so they're probably in post production and all of that. So sooner or later, you're gonna start seeing a million videos talking about it, and you're gonna think it's out, and it's not out for another year. But they're gonna start making a million videos telling you everything about it before it ever comes out.
The Bugaloos. That show is actually pretty funny. They're in the air and everywhere. They're in the air and everywhere. That's right.
Ray said, I had the Marx prehistoric playset from the 70s. That's why, as a young boy, I see dinos come to life for the first time on TV was fantastic.
And this one was really crazy too, Lidsville. With what is that guy's name? Trying to remember the name of the actor from this. I mentioned him earlier too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know who it is. You actually ought to recognize him.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't know.
Nope.
Lidsville is crazy. The fact that they got slack even for the title. Because Lidsville is where you really flip your lid, but making the reference of flipping your lid in the 70s was a reference to dropping acid.
Mm.
So
Richard had the Matchbox Voltron, and he lost his in a fire.
Uh-oh.
Ugh.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. Things we lost in a fire.
Charles Nelson Riley. That was that was Hoodoo from Lidsville.
Oh, okay.
The evil magician.
Okay.
Nostalgic said opening a Prop Super Show was taped in Atlanta to tie in with their indoor amusement park. Yeah, at the future CNN Center. Atlanta looked primitive then. It needed to stay that way because now it looks like a disaster area.
Man, we went to downtown Atlanta Friday for the show. I haven't been to Atlanta since I left in 2012. And God, I used to work in Atlanta and drive around. I knew every street where everything was. I couldn't figure out where I was. Some of the street names, I knew. I was like, okay, I'm on this street, but I don't remember any of this stuff. And I'm thinking, how people just want to live like that? Like downtown. I want to live downtown so I can be close to shops and restaurants
that I won't frequent.
And noise and like, whoa, no. I'd rather live out in the country in the sticks where it's nice and quiet.
Yeah. That's
had
a
big
better.
crush on Joy
from the
Bugaloos. Says display name.
Oh yeah. She was cute. Richard said, believe it or not, He-Man Prince Adam is half human. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Mother was a female astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, we knew that part. It was just like, but you don't want to see the movie on Earth. You want to see them on Eternia doing whatever they do. Yeah, doing Eternia type things, not American type things.
Quit
so you know they're going to be in
Earth.
Yeah.
It's just enough.
Yeah, do Eternia type stuff. I mean, you got mini comics. You could take some of those stories and just make them bigger, stretch it out, make it 2 hours or however long you need. Because they actually got a couple of good stories. I read the mini comics, and even the Sunday strips had some stories that took that went on for a while.
Yeah.
So it's stuff you could do. You don't have to just make up something. All they're gonna do is rehash a plot from something that's already been done 10 times.
Yeah.
And make it dumber and wake it up a little bit.
Oh no.
Nobody wants to see that.
Johnny saw the episodes of Lidsville, and one of the dwarfs was one of the original Munchkins from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, they got every dwarf and midget actor they could get their hands on for some of those shows because they had a lot of weird costumes and a lot of small characters. But yeah, and Sigmund and the Sea Monster, which was a one that I really liked when I was a kid, and Far Out Space Nuts. They had a lot of weird shows.
Saturday morning says Earth shows up on Eternia to bring the Queen back, and He-Man got to meet other humans like his mom in that episode. That was on an episode of the cartoon? I don't remember that, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, Richard talking about Legend visually, it was
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Tim Curry as the devil was perfect. He did a great job with that, and that was I think they won an Oscar for makeup that year.
Magic Mondo was creepy.
Magic Mondo.
And Space Nuts.
Far Out Space Nuts, yeah. Far Out Space Nuts. And there's a bunch more you could name off. I've got a bunch of the Sid and Marty Krofft stuff just because it was a lot of fun. And I watched it all when I was a kid. I watched all of that, and I remember it really well.
Oh.
H.R. Puffin stuff, that's right. I didn't know he had a movie.
Oh, Magic Mongo. Okay.
I don't remember H.R. Puffin stuff having a movie Saturday morning, but I've got the show. Yeah, Nostalgic Podblast says Lost Saucer with Gomer Pyle and Ruth Buzzy.
Oh, wow.
I think that started off on the Sid and Marty Krofft Power Hour too, didn't it? And then it morphed into its own show. Pastor Rick met Billy Barty in 78 or 79 at the State Fair of Texas.
Got to shake his hand.
He was around forever. I don't know how many years Billy Barty was in show business, because I remember seeing him in an interview where he said he actually started in vaudeville.
That was a long time ago.
And he would do a vaudeville act where he would pretend to be a kid. So I'm like, well, how old were you then? But he would pretend to be a kid in the vaudeville act. So he would, come off as being like this really smart kid or whatever. And he wasn't. He was a dwarf. He said, and he'd have to wear his pants high.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him saying in the interview, he'd have to wear his pants high so people wouldn't notice how short his arms were. And that if his pants were too low anyways, he'd have to stand on his hands to get things out of his pockets. Like, oh no, that's awful. Nostalgic Podblast liked Wonderbug.
And Gordon loved
from
Wonderbug.
Sid and Marty Krofft. I think that one also was on the Power Hour, wasn't it?
Okay. They're visitors from Earth.
Yeah.
On Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, probe ship looking for Marlena, trying to figure out what happened to her, right?
I don't remember that. I remember that happening in Black Star, because you remember his little fiance or wife or something came back.
They ripped off Black Star.
I know,
even do Masters in the first place.
Yeah, but that was kind of lame. The girl came back for him, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna stay here and watch over these little space creatures. I'm not going back to Earth and marry you." It was just like, huh?
Yeah, I have to help these little Trobbits.
That's what they were.
They're little knucklehead Trobbits, so that I can get my ass kicked and then get saved by the wizard every episode.
Oh, Billy Barty was in the episode of Little House on the Prairie.
Billy Barty got around. I mean, he was in everything. Billy Barty was in so many TV shows and movies. You don't even know where to start.
I guess.
Like I said, he goes all the way back to vaudeville. I don't know. I hesitate to think how many years he must have been in acting and television and movies. And prior, because vaudeville is a stretch, the original variety shows, as it were. But yeah.
But that's when you had to act, because actors way back when, hey David, how are you?
Hey.
They knew how to sing, play instruments, and act. Now you don't have to sing, you don't have to play instruments, you don't have to act. You just around.
Yeah.
Most of the children's programming needs to be forgotten, and we need to remember TV shows that taught us morality, such as Mr. Rogers and Davy and Goliath is good,
The
especially.
Halloween episode's the best one.
No, it was the Christmas when you remember when the little boy was at the Christmas tree stand,
Okay.
and then he told the boy to leave the stand, and the boy was like, "No, my dad told me to watch the stand or something." The Halloween was good though, but yeah, Davy and Goliath was really good, and I like what's the green one name with Pokey
Gumby.
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 Gumby was good, and then and on Gumby, that one guy killed somebody, and I'm like, oh, he's not gonna kill that guy. Man, he shot that guy, right? But
Yeah.
he shot the guy, and I'm like, you don't kill nobody on cartoons, but they sure did on Gumby.
Death is real. Children may as well learn it now.
I know, but they
But,
took all of that out, and it's like, how many times GI Joe got to shoot down a plane and you just survive?
Well, they all have parachutes.
Yeah, they all got parachutes. You shoot at somebody and you miss, and it's like you're a bad.
They only can shoot targets because on the target range they're perfect.
Yeah, but if it's a moving target, it's out.
Oh no! Oh no! Davy Goliath. My favorite was the Halloween episode.
The Halloween.
He was a juvenile delinquent. He destroyed the whole town.
Yeah, he was tearing
he was a
up.
badass in that episode. Got to feeling bad about it afterwards, but yeah. But seriously, what are you gonna do? The older shows were better, but they're being slowly forgotten. Even Mr. Rogers fading away. People don't remember it.
I don't think people. I think he's already faded.
The electric company, Zoom. What's some of the other ones?
Zoobly Zoo was good.
Zoobly
Zoo.
I
love that
it's
one.
okay. New Zoo Review.
I don't remember that
was
one.
fun. Captain Kangaroo.
I never.
He was on the air like 30 years or something. Just,
yeah.
Well, who? Captain what? Yeah. It's amazing how those legacy shows just drop dead. And they do try to bring them back. They tried the new electric company and the new Zoom, and they failed miserably.
The New Zoo Review.
Because what made them special, they couldn't recapture it.
Yeah. Like on Sesame Street.
They weren't trying to recapture it. Sesame Street's been dead for at least 20 years.
Yeah.
And they keep pumping life into it. They got Sesame Street's on life support because it's trash now.
Yeah.
Romper Room is another one. Shows it. You go back and watch it, and the nostalgia of it is just shocking. Because I remember watching them, and I'm like, oh wow, I haven't seen this since I was a kid. I barely remember it, and then I'll watch it, and it's like, oh my god, it just hits you a certain way. Bozo the Clown. Again, I used to watch the East Coast version because there's more than one version. But I watched the East Coast version of Bozo the Clown.
Gordon says the movie came out in 1965. It's called Pinocchio in Outer Space. Pinocchio goes to Mars with a killer space whale. It's very strange, but cool. I have to look that up. Pinwheel, Zoobly Zoo, Today's Special, Strawberry Square, Reading Rainbow, 321 Contact, and Owl Hour. What's that? New Zoo Review.
And then I watched it and I was like, God, I remember this. Holy crap. And it's a good show. It's a good show, but they don't do it like that anymore. Or even Lamb Chop's Play Along.
Yeah, Lamb Chop is funny. And think what you're saying, K-Mun, it makes me wonder if that's why they keep bringing these shows back and they keeping these properties alive, because they don't want them to be forgotten, like Star Wars. If you talk to a real Star Wars fan, I think they can say that Star Wars died when, David? After
the second trilogy.
After the second trilogy. Star Trek died probably when Captain Kirk died or something like that. G.I. Joe died in the Ra era.
Yeah, they want to bring it back, but they want to modernize it, and
Mm-hmm.
that loses what made it special in the first place. It's like it was I've talked about this plenty of times. It's a cultural phenomenon. The show was a cultural phenomenon, and you have to target what made that a cultural phenomenon. What was it about that show
Yeah.
that everybody looked at it and was, or movie, and looked at it and said, "Wow, this is amazing." You can't rewrite that.
No.
You've got to pick it up where it left off or leave it alone.
And you really
You know?
can't pick it up where it left off because the writing style is different.
Yeah.
You don't know the culture of the time it happened. So you have, you pretty much starting from scratch. And yeah, G.I. Joe was ridiculous. Me and David went back and watched it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there like, this is, and nothing ever got resolved. But
No.
it was still fun to watch.
Yeah.
The plots were stupid. They had a couple. Now, the 5-part episodes were better. The best one was when Shipwreck got his mind wiped and he was in that fake town.
There's no
That-
place like Springfield.
There's no, yeah. I think that was a 2-parter.
This
It might
is
have
the
been a
original
5-parter.
60s and 70s.
That episode was really good. So you had a few, but yeah, for the most part, the whole thing was crazy. Pinocchio and
Here's
outer
one for
space.
Chance.
Yeah. I would have bought it, but it didn't fit. Who remembers MathNet? I remember MathNet.
Yeah, I remember MathNet.
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic was a guest star on that.
Oh, was he?
Yep. But
yeah,
said,
I do know that. Yeah.
Gumby and Davy and Goliath were done by the same person. Richard reminds us.
Yeah, I do know that. I have a bunch of the Davy and Goliath on DVD. I tried to put up some of the specials on my channel, but they won't let you do all that.
Yeah, they fight you on that. But
Star Wars, yeah, it needs to fade away gracefully.
It ended after Enterprise, the TV show Enterprise. That was the swan song for Star Trek, and anything they've done since I haven't seen anything recently or the modern shows, but it seems to me anything since it just hasn't been worth the trouble.
Yeah, Superman died when they put Richard. Which number was that?
3.
Superman. So 3. Superman died after the second movie.
Yeah, they try to make it comedic, and that it just that was the wrong direction.
And for K. Munin, Star Wars died when Disney picked it up.
Yeah. Actually, because I haven't seen too many of them, but my understanding is the Clone Wars cartoon was actually really well done. So, which fits in between, it fits in between the first and second trilogy, and also Rogue One was okay. I saw Rogue One. That explains how R2-D2 got the Death Star plans in that film.
But I thought they showed that in part 1. Didn't Layla put it in his little bag?
Yeah, but where'd she get it? The Rogue One explains where the plans came from.
No, but see, now that's the thing that gets me with a lot of these movies. Okay, you make the first one. I'm guessing you're not thinking people are going to ask these questions or it's going to really take off. So now you make all of these prequels to explain what happened in the very first one. And it seems like, do you really need to know where them plans came from? Is that going to do anything? I mean, because, okay, I saw the first 3 episodes, the first 3 movies. I saw them.
Yes.
That's fine. Do I need, okay, you say one movie is to explain how R2-D2 got the plans. We all know that Layla put the plans in there. Do anybody on Earth care where Layla got them plans from?
Somebody does.
Yeah, but in your mind, you knew that she was there. Didn't she get kidnapped? She could have brought the plans with her. Why you can't just think of that on your own? Why does there have to be a definite? Why you can't just say, well, she probably just brought the plans with her or something like that?
Gordon mentions Galactica 1980. To be fair, the Halloween two-part episode guest starring Wolfman Jack
Mm-hmm.
and the final episode, The Return of Starbuck, are worth getting the disc set for, because the discs cheap as hell because nobody likes Galactica 1980. The writing in all of it is terrible except for the Halloween episode and the Return of Starbuck. And it's worth buying it just to see the Return of Starbuck. Hell, it's probably the best one written in the entire series. But yeah, that's what Pastor Rick says. That's the
Yeah.
one thing with the older shows, they had a vibe and spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, and with everything, I mean, like, okay, Twilight Zone. How many times have they tried to recreate Twilight Zone? You are not going to recreate that.
No.
I mean, when Rod Serling wrote that, he wrote it with passion, he wrote it with thought. Every episode, except for that very last episode, stands up and holds up today. The worst episode of Twilight Zone is the last one, the very last one, and it is better than any modern day TV show out today.
Yeah, and we've talked about that plenty of times because there you have they were passionate about it. It was very well written.
Mm-hmm.
It was stellar acting. The actors who really knew how to emote
Yes.
and how to express themselves. They didn't just read lines. The cinematography was excellent, especially for black and white. They had to do it really well because it was black and white, so you had to really know how to use negative space.
Yeah.
And the storytelling is still relevant.
Yeah.
The stuff they talked about is still relevant to this
Every
day.
single one. And everybody in here can name an episode or describe an episode of Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And see it going on in the world today or relate it to something going on today.
Like the brain center at Whipple. Tell me that's not happening right now.
Yeah.
You know,
or the one where that guy, he was replaced by the robots. He was
the brain center at Whipple.
Oh, that's the brain center. Superman 3 did have great Lana Lane scenes. The brutal junkyard fight and the blasted lady cyborg movie creeped me out as a kid.
Saturday Morning Fan. I'll give it credit where credit's due. Superman personality split and the fight with himself is very interesting in that film. The dynamics of it is very interesting. But Richard Pryor's presence in the film really made it awful because it just was not that type of, or shouldn't have been that type of film.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, you know, again, in order for someone to make a good modern Twilight Zone, they would have to have that level of writing, that level of acting, that level of cinematography, and they would have to give stellar performances. And nobody's been able to do it.
No
one. I mean, the last attempt, they bragged that they were going to be able to use
foul language.
We're going to be able to cuss in it now. That's your talking point for bringing back a legendary show like Twilight Zone? You're kidding.
No.
And we saw the first episode. It was terrible.
We didn't even sit through the whole thing.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Now, when they brought it back in the late 90s, early 2000s, it wasn't awful.
It was okay, but
you could watch it.
Not the caliber of the original show at all.
It wasn't the caliber of the original show. It was okay. It was watchable. It was like, oh man, ain't nothing else on TV. I can sit down and watch an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, prequels I think are a money grab.
That's what
it's
David
like
says.
we want to keep this going. We want to try and grab hold of something. Let's do a prequel.
And Podblast reminds us that the night the Cylons landed is the episode where the Halloween two-parter with Wolfman Jack. I just thought it was funny, especially as a kid, that that because it was Halloween, everybody thought the Cylon was a guy in a costume. And they're like, damn, that costume is awesome. You want to come to a party? That cracked me up.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. We just ruined. That's all. I
Yeah.
have 16mm reel. The
And
Return of the
Nostalgic
Star.
Pod Blast
Okay,
has
yeah,
a lot of stuff on 16 millimeter.
yeah. He likes that real to real.
Yep. But yeah, you can't reproduce it. Robert asked about Night Gallery. Night Gallery,
Night of the
it
Gallery
was
was
good
good, but it
show.
wasn't as
It wasn't
good
as good.
as Twilight Zone.
And the third season isn't the same. There were 3 seasons of Night Gallery.
Was it 3? Okay.
I think it's 3. And the first 2 seasons had a different feel, a different vibe
Mm-hmm.
than the third season. In the third season, it felt like it's kind of hard. They went from macabre to more supernatural,
Yeah,
more demonic stuff.
yeah,
And
they
it
did.
didn't have the same vibe. And it's like, yeah, so I think the first 2 seasons were a lot better than the third season of Night Gallery. I would prefer the first 2 seasons, but something's changed with it,
Yeah,
and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right.
I don't know about that one display name because I saw the very first episode of Black Mirror, and that one I was like, man, okay, if this is the direction they're going in. I don't know about spiritual successor. I don't think it was anywhere near as good. Well, okay, like I said, I only saw the first episode. So I can only talk about the first episode. And with the first episode, I was like, okay, is this how it's going to be from here on? And I know it was all standalone episodes, just like Twilight Zone, but I don't know, that first episode just kind of laid the foundation for me, and I was just like, no, I don't. If is it going to stay like this, or is it going to tame down, or is it going to get more? Is it going to get worse? And I just didn't want to take the chance of it getting more and more adventurous than the first episode, so I just kind of left it alone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? But yeah, they can't recreate stuff. They can't even recreate Night Gallery. Are you kidding?
I don't think they ever tried.
Even the music. I mean, and one of the problems with the modern shows too is they drown everything in incidental music,
loud incidental music.
And sometimes it doesn't even fit. It doesn't even fit. They don't know how to have good, quiet, dramatic pauses, and that can do a lot for a scene. Just shut up for a minute and just listen to the people talking or look at what's going on.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned this actually on one of Nostalgic Pod Blast's podcasts. A great example of that is The Shining.
Mm-hmm. No music
there's hardly any music.
Yeah, The Obsolete Man was a good episode, Pastor
That's
Ray.
Right. Obsolete Man with Regis Meredith.
Yes.
As the librarian. That's right. Robert says 80s Twilight Zone was okay. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it was just okay.
Yeah.
The Walking Distance.
What was Walking Distance? We got caught up.
Yeah. He's talking about, because I asked the name of episode of the Twilight Zone, The Walking Distance. I'm trying to remember what that one was about.
That was.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you remember the first one?
Was that the Adam and Eve one?
Actually, yeah, I think so. It was the one with
No, it wasn't.
Charles Bronson. And...
No, that wasn't the first episode. The first episode was the guy. He was a pilot, like a Air Force pilot, and he was in
a test.
Yeah. Oh, Bruce Willis was in the episode of the 80s.
One of my favorites, of course, was the one with the
I remember that.
The one with the monastery.
I love that episode. The guy in the monastery.
Yeah.
They actually redid that on a cartoon series we were just watching. What was the name of that cartoon series? We just watched it last week.
It was
they redid that.
Galaxy Rangers.
Galaxy Rangers. Not the full episode, but they did something like it.
Plot.
Yeah, similar plot.
Galaxy Rangers, which is not a bad show, actually. Obscure action figure series, very expensive.
Yeah.
I remember Amazing Adventures. Saturday Morning brings that up.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
The Rogue One was great because it was alluded to briefly in A New Hope. Okay.
So it connects.
Yeah.
And Nostalgic says correct, 3 seasons of Night Gallery. Okay.
Ghost Story by William
Castle. And Lynx is here.
Hey, Lynx. Alfred Hitchcock was really good. I liked his stuff. It was
That was like 5 seasons, right?
yeah, but they
I'm
had
trying to
the
remember.
Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Alfred Hitchcock Hour, which was about the same. I mean, they had different episodes in each one,
And
but
he used to shoehorn his little fat daughter into some of the shows as an actor.
oh, she was in a couple of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Later became The Circle of Fear. Okay. Episodes of The Sixth Sense starring Gary Collins were put in the Night Gallery syndicated rerun. Very confusing. Also, Night Gallery was a 1-hour show cut in 30 minutes for reruns.
Yeah, and I remember the Gary Collins character. He that was the psychic guy that they had a few episodes with him in the 3rd season of Night Gallery.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Good riddance to bad medicine. I mean, nobody wants to watch. When Johnny Carson went off the air, that was the end of late night shows.
I think that guy David Letterman wasn't bad.
I really didn't watch him much after he switched over to CBS.
Oh.
But all those late night shows, they went down the path of pandering to political and social rhetoric.
Yeah.
And you don't want to watch those shows to get preached to about politics. What they originally gave you, they all lost, and they all sold out on.
Yeah.
So that show going off the air, who cares? No one's watching it anyways. That's why they're pulling it.
Yeah, and just like we were talking about movie franchises that died a long time ago, late night TV died a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you had some good ones after Johnny Carson, like Arsenio Hall was good. I used to watch that.
Well, he was on simultaneously with Carson. And Carson retired while he was still on.
Yeah.
And then he shut down not too long after.
Yeah. But I mean, but late night talk show, I'll say maybe after David Letterman died. I'll give it up to David Letterman. After he died, not died, I'm sorry. After he went off the air, I think that's when it really tanked. And you got all these other people. Everything was like Johnny Carson. He would get out there and he would just tell jokes.
Yes.
Now, like David said, everything is
it's all going to be a political joke. I don't want to hear political.
No,
humor.
Nobody wants to hear that mess.
Is Beyond the Veil the one where he had that massive fireplace, Boris Karloff?
Yeah, we were watching that.
Yeah,
we watched that.
The fireplace. So look, you could put like real logs in it. And Fast fan is here. He says there is a young adult series called Creeped Out on Netflix. Despite the name, it's a great Twilight Zone type series, and it's clean.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Friday the 13th I used to watch. Freddy's Nightmare I used to watch. Tales from the Dark Side I love. Tales from the Crypt was good. All of those shows. But yeah, late night talk show was awful.
He had there was an air of style and class about it. I mean, say what you want about Johnny Carson, because there's rumors about his home life and his fights with his ex-wives and whatever. But the bottom line is, it was a classy show. There were places he wasn't going to go.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I mean, even Jay Leno sold out and pandered to all that garbage.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? I'd like to see it all. All those shows should have. We did an episode, a show on here about that. Shows that have been on for too long that need to end.
Yeah, The View been needed to go away.
Yeah.
That show right there.
That's garbage.
I'll say this and then I'll move on. That show right there stirs up division, hate, and racism. And I ain't gonna talk about that no more.
Yeah.
I hate that show. I hate all of the and hate is a strong word that I don't like to use, but those women on that show right there are evil.
And from the biblical perspective of the term hate.
Yeah.
In the biblical perspective, hate is to reject.
Is to reject. I reject everything they're about, and they say they sow cores of division, hate, racism,
Confusion. Yeah.
confusion. They're just busybodies that have nothing to do but just stir up mess.
And they're not honest. They're
No,
not
they're
honest
not.
because if you might recall, just to wrap that up,
Yeah.
when Whoopi Goldberg had called out a bakery, a famous bakery, for refusing her order, and that bakery stepped forward and called her out. They called her bluff and said that woman is not telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
She did call us for an order, but we're closed right now because our boiler went down. They use the original boilers because that place has been there for over a century. It's a family-owned bakery that's over a century. And they said we explained that to her. And now she went on her show and said we refused her order, and that's a lie.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what happened. If you remember that story. So they're not even honest about what they're talking about.
Yeah. But that's enough about that, because that's not what this show is about.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just talking about things that need to end. That show, all of those talk shows. I mean, talk shows used to be good when Phil Donahue was out, even Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer was just ridiculous.
Yeah, but it was still like like you said, a little bit of class to it. They didn't spew division and hate and all of that. And it's just awful the way that these modern daytime and nighttime and morning time talk shows do that. And it's like, Simpsons had been pretty bad.
That was
for a
on
long
our
time.
list too.
Yeah,
because Simpsons should have been off the air 10 years ago. South Park should have been off the air more than a decade ago. South Park Saturday Night Live should have been off the air 25 years ago, and they keep it going. They keep it going.
More and more on family first and toys second.
Yeah, there you go, Ray.
See, Whoopi and Julian, I guess.
Yeah.
Of course, Lair is gone now.
Or Norman Lear.
Yeah. True. When Barbara left the show.
Left the show,
Yeah, Barbara Walters started that.
Yeah.
And they just talked about, like homemaker type stuff. Women that's home with the kids. They talked about that. Now it's just stupid. Jon Stewart went back to Comedy Central, to the Daily Show.
Yeah. Jerry Springer, did he do the beads stuff, Johnny?
What kind of beads?
That's like a reference to like what they do at Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Show us your
your breasts.
Girls Gone Wild sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And that was actually started by Morton Downey Jr.
Yes, the Howling Man.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Howling Man. Richard reminds us is the name of the episode of the Twilight Zone.
Richard trying to get us back on track.
where they were in the monastery.
Yeah.
And that guy interfered.
Yeah, he got in the way.
All you had to do was just mind your business and take your room for the night, buddy.
Yeah, because they didn't want you to stay there anyway.
Gordon reminds us they had a remake of The Love Boat. That is correct. It was bad. They also did a
MacGyver.
remake. They did a remake of Fantasy Island with women.
Yeah, they had Fantasy Island, MacGyver, Knight Rider. I think Magnum P.I. If we're watching Magnum P.I. now.
The original, pretty good writing, actually. Pretty good writing and decent acting in Magnum P.I.
Mommy Dearest is a good movie. Mm-hmm. That is a very good movie.
It's because of that Chance has plastic hangers in his house.
No wire hangers. And they used to have a show called The Will Family Secrets, and they had Joan Crawford's will, and they had the kids on there talking about how she left what was that, Christina. She left Christina out of the will, and they had that on that show. That was a good show, The Will Family Secrets.
Okay.
And how family members will just leave you out of the will and all kinds of stuff, and people contesting the will. So
it's stupid.
they make a reality show out of anything. They don't care.
And then it's not even like real anyways. It's all actors. The reality show, there's nobody there. And it's all staged. So and people believe it though. People believe it.
I don't know if people actually believe it or
I
it's
think
just
there are people that
fun to
believe it.
watch.
I don't know. I think people believe it. Nostalgic says Jerry Springer and Howard Stern started the trash culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. People used to listen to Howard Stern and he said it himself, and I think it was on the Dave Brenner show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the day, because he had a talk show too back in the late 80s. And he said on the show that he knew that at least half the people listening to him listen because they hate him and they're waiting for him to say that one thing that's going to ruin his career.
Yeah.
I mean, he's telling the truth. That's accurate.
I remember that, Johnny.
They're listening because they hate him. Okay. But he showed his true colors when, who is that? That Spanish singer who her manager killed her in a motel.
Yeah.
You remember?
I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about. I don't know her name right now.
I can't think of her name. Selena. Yeah. Her manager murdered her in a hotel over a contractual dispute because she was being fired because of embezzlement accusations, and she shot her in the motel and killed her. And he made fun of her on the show. He made fun of her on his show. The Howard Stern, the shock jock, I'll say whatever I want. You can't tell me anything. I'll never apologize. But that was a step too far at the time. And the networks actually threatened to pull him, and he crawled. The whole veil dropped because Howard Stern's a fake. And he crawled, and he did a full public apology and the whole 9 yards. So, yeah, it's just an act. And then when it was no longer convenient, he did Private Parts, the movie that portrayed him as being really a sweet guy. A little biography film or autobiography film where he played himself.
He was on America's Got Talent. He wasn't bad on that.
That's how he ended up in that position, because he dropped all of that stuff and changed his tune. He switched gears. If he didn't, he wouldn't have a career now. They had to get rid of that.
I don't remember the TV show Monsters, Richard.
I remember Monsters. That sounds
Columbo
familiar.
was still around in the 80s. They did. I met Dixon Smith's son in White Plains a year ago. Okay. Hey, Tuck.
Tuck is here.
Oh, it's called Turk.
Jerry Rivers got hit with a chair.
No, Geraldo Rivera, when the Ku Klux Klan came on the show.
They broke his nose.
Yeah, he got hit with the chair.
He got hit in the face.
I remember that. Did a movie.
Oh yeah, that's what they're talking about, because we're just behind on some of the comments.
Yeah,
but yeah, he changed his tune because he saw the career wasn't going anywhere, and you've got to, if you don't switch gears, your career is done. It's kind of like Steve Martin. If Steve Martin was still doing the wild and crazy guy bit, he'd be working now. You got to get ahead of that, and he knew when to change his tune.
Really, Tales from the Dark Side had a big screen movie? I didn't know that. I used to like that show. All of those late night horror shows like that, I used to like those. Okay. But yeah, those are just some shows that, we talk about them, and a lot of stuff that's going on now. Just like these musicians need to stop. I mean, they got, who is it? Black Sabbath is on tour, and I saw videos from that. It was hard to watch. I couldn't watch a whole video.
What was hard to watch was Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes, that's Black Sabbath, right?
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
Okay.
But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne was hard to watch.
Yes,
we saw the clips of him on stage. He was intelligible. He could not carry a tune. He had to be seated because he couldn't move. His voice is gone. His voice is gone. And however, when he's saying "Mama, I'm coming home," it was moving, because even though he couldn't carry the tune anymore, there was a lot of emotion coming from it, and you could see people in the audience even crying. And I think that's because they realized you're never going to see this guy again. And I
Yeah.
think he knows it too. I think it's going to end up being like Terry Funk or somebody, where he disappears for a few months, and then you find out he's in a hospice or something, because he's really in that bad of health. And when he's saying "Mama, I'm coming home," it's almost like a death knell for him at this point. He can't possibly get on stage again. He shouldn't have done this.
No.
So that was kind of hard to watch in that regard.
Yeah,
But
it
him
was.
singing the other songs, you couldn't even hear him, and what you could pick out was just completely off key.
And the thing with Air Supply, I heard them live some years back. And the guy, I don't know the names of the artists, but the one that has the really high falsetto, he can't sing that anymore. And he's like the signature sound of Air Supply.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you waiting for him to hit those notes, and he can't. So he had to bring it all the way down to his regular voice, and it's like, yeah, but what made the song is your super high range falsetto. And I don't know, it's just hard to watch when or listen to when you've heard them um at their best. Just like I was watching Led Zeppelin and what's his name, the lead singer of Led Zeppelin. I can't think of his Robert Plant.
Yes.
Was singing Stairway to Heaven, and I was watching it and I had to turn it off like a couple of
couldn't
minutes
listen
in.
to it.
I mean, because it was just like, oh, dude, and he already don't like singing the song. He said that like a million times, but everybody wants to hear it because I don't know why. I mean, he feels like he doesn't do a good job. I think he does an amazing job, but he doesn't like singing it. Okay, and now your voice can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I just always wonder what makes them go out there. Is it the screaming fans? Is it remembering the heyday? Is it the money? What is
A
it?
combination of things. I think they're addicted to it. They're trying to recapture something that they lost, kind of like the wrestlers making comebacks. And they plus a lot of them were broke because they lived beyond their means, living high on the hog and couldn't afford it. Didn't save their money, weren't smart about it. Kiss too, and Kiss Okie Doke. I've talked about them a few times because when it was revealed that not only were they lip syncing, but they weren't even playing the instruments. Gordon, I have Cars albums. I don't know if she does.
I don't have any Cars albums. I like the Cars.
Yeah.
I just don't have any of their albums.
Not only were they not singing, but they weren't playing the instruments either. It was a complete mime act. They finally wrapped it up, and then they sold their catalog. And it's like, okay, so obviously the music means nothing to you guys. Just whatever. Just go retire.
Phil Collins got some kind of ailment. He can't even stand up.
He can't carry the tune either.
No, but something's wrong. I forgot what they say his ailment is, but yeah, he can't even stand up. So he's sitting there and he looks bad and crumpled up and everything. I don't know why they pushed him so. It makes me feel like the wrestlers, like yeah, David just said it. Why do the wrestlers go back out there and continuously wrestle? Is it for the screaming fans? Is it for the money? What is it? Are you trying to relive or recapture something? I don't know, but it's just so sad and hard to watch. And that's why when I go to these shows, I don't even look at the wrestlers because I like to remember you, how I saw you.
Because some of them are hurting
when
so
you were
bad
wrestling.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Patty reminds us when Doris Day retired, she stayed retired because she couldn't carry the tune anymore. And that's, yeah, exactly. Some of these people know when it's time to hang it up, and some of them just can't.
Yeah.
Like Frankie Valli.
Oh, God. Frankie Valli fell asleep on the stage.
On his feet. He nodded off, standing, holding on to the stand.
Yeah, and then the backup singer had to come and grab his arm.
Yeah.
He can't sing. It's like, oh my
He's
God, Frankie Valli,
he,
why are you up there?
he's
You're
lip
like
sync
100 years
he's lip
old.
syncing anyways.
Yeah, Steve Tyler ruined his voice with drugs years ago.
Yeah,
And it's
he
like
can't carry it anymore.
Bruce Springsteen had new albums. Oh, yeah.
Rod Stewart should have retired 20 years ago. And Bruce Springsteen, and I've made fun of him a couple of times recently because I've seen video of him falling down on stage. He can't stay upright. He's fallen down a few times and can't get up. And they have to come and get him. And because he's all roly poly now, wearing super tight ass jeans, and he'll fall and he's like a turtle, and you can see him trying to swing. There's video of it on YouTube. I'm not making it up. And they got to run out and grab him and hoist him back up because he can't get up on his own. It's like, dude, get the hell off the stage. How much do you need? Charging upwards of $10,000 for a ticket. No exaggeration. Seriously? Did you not save a penny? I mean, God. Oh
Phil
no.
Collins can't even hold drumstick anymore, but his son Nick Collins plays just
says
like
Ray.
his dad.
Okay. Wow.
Not in great shape for his interviews.
Yeah, I can imagine. None of these guys are.
Yeah, Hall and Oates had a big falling
They had
out.
a really bad
they
falling
sued each other and
Well,
everything.
Oates tried to sell his half of the catalog. They co-own the catalog, okay? And there's a stipulation that both must agree for any sale or of any part of the catalog. Oates tried to run a sale through without saying anything to Hall. But of course, because of that, the legal teams for whoever was trying to buy the catalog contacted Oates' attorney to make sure everything was okay. And Hall is like, "What do you mean he's trying to sell it? He didn't say shit to me. And you try to sneak behind my back and do this. You can't talk to me." And since then, they have not spoken, as far as I know.
I can believe that they get bored, but I think you can do other things. You can support new and upcoming artists. You can give them tips like what they do, not like be on The Voice or American Idol or anything, but you can give them like singing tips, writing tips, playing tips, something like that doesn't embarrass you. I mean, you up there, you like he said, Bruce Springsteen is falling down. Frankie Valli falling asleep. I saw Dionne Warwick. They bring her out and she just sits down. She sings a piece of song and she holds it out. When I went
she can't do it.
No. Shaka Khan was doing that 10 years ago. More than 10 years ago,
Yeah.
I saw her in concert. She was sitting on a stool the whole time. She sat on the stool. She sang a piece of the song. She holds the mic out to the audience. The audience sings the next verse. She sang. It's like I didn't
come here
pay
to
for
sing.
that. Yeah.
Gordon mentions Freddie Mercury.
Well, he
To
died
be
before
fair,
he got a chance to lose his
he didn't
voice.
get a chance to lose his voice. He died young and badly. So, he never got that far. Saturday Morning said Clint Eastwood said last movie was his last, directed that he got bored, is planning another movie again.
But see, that's just a movie.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, and then he's directing.
He's directing.
And and if he wanted to act in it, he doesn't have to take like a major part. He can do like a walk on, a cameo, sitting there being a bartender.
I liked
something.
him in The Mule.
The Mule was good.
Was fun. So
and the one Gran Torino with
Gran
the car.
Torino was good. I didn't see the last one he did. I didn't see the very last one.
Yeah, that's the one about the Olympic bombing. Oh, I didn't hear about Three Doors Down. I used to like Three Doors Down. I didn't hear what happened to them. They have to serve their master, says David. It's part of the agreement before their time is up and they get their one-way ticket to the bottomless pit in the lake of fire.
Okay, nostalgic. I guess you don't care for him.
The Tales of the Dogtime movie had Deborah Harry. That name is familiar.
Yeah.
Which was a witch. Okay.
And Johnny tells us Kenny Rogers was still
Oh.
touring at 81. He didn't sound the same either. Kenny Rogers'
Well, he
voice had
had all of
changed
that
completely.
facelift too.
Yeah, he didn't look.
So that didn't help him out.
He looked crazy.
Yeah,
That
he
was
had
too
all of
much.
that eye thing, and then it messed up, so his eyes was always in that shocked look because it was all pulled too tight. So he couldn't really blink his eyes because he had an eye lift surgery to tighten it up.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done it.
No, you need to just look the way you
I don't
are. I mean,
agree.
whatever comes out is what you get.
Yeah, I don't agree with all that cosmetic surgery anyways, all those alterations and body modifications. That's the era that we live in. But it ends up doing more damage than anything else in the long run.
We saw a picture of Neil Diamond, an older picture, and he looks great.
Mm-hmm.
No hair dye, no facelift. Just let's let himself age naturally, and he looks really good.
Yeah.
He's really good looking and didn't do anything to himself. I mean, he probably, eat right, stay in shape. It was just a headshot, so you couldn't see what his body looked like. He'd be 500 pounds. But his headshot looked good. His face, you could tell he didn't have any cosmetic surgery, no Botox, no facelift, no pulling your face back. That's facelift. No hair dye, no nothing.
I really hate the Botox because it's like, then people, they look like this, and then they look like a marionette. Just their bottom lip moves and nothing else on their face moves, and it doesn't look natural at all. And you can't emote with your face at all. It looks terrible.
I remember the first time, I know I told David this. I don't know if I told y'all. The first time I saw a lady with Botox, I was at this conference. My cousin dragged me out to a Mary Kay meeting, and one of the head ladies was there, and she was very animated. You can tell by her movement, her body movement, that she was animated, but her face didn't move. And she was opening her mouth wide. She was doing all the hand movement, the body gestures, but her face didn't move.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there. I don't know what she said because all I could do was look at her face, and I'm like, why isn't her face moving?
Botox.
And this was like in the mid 2000s. So, it's like kind of like the beginning. Well, for me, it was the beginning of Botox because that was the first time I ever seen it. And I don't know what that woman said. She could have said, gave us directions to get $1 million. I wouldn't heard it because I was just like, why isn't her face moving?
But
I mean, nothing.
I hate these like aging rock stars with this super jet black hair. Their hair is so black it sucks the light out of the room. And then they get their black fingernails, and then they got like 50 necklaces and rings on.
Rolling Stones has been around for longer than 50 years.
Yeah. And
they've been around since the 60s.
Yeah, since the 60s.
Yes.
And although what I've heard about them, though, still in concert, Mick Jagger still sounds pretty much the same. But the band can't keep up now.
Oh,
the band,
no.
The band can't, and they've suggested that he would be better off with a different band.
Oh no.
But I'm like, yeah, you know what though? There's 5 decades of loyalty there. So I can see why he wouldn't tell Keith Richards, dude, you gotta go. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
and Keith Richards helped, and him wrote the majority of the songs, and I know he did the music. Yeah. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I love Hall & Oates. I got a lot of their stuff. Their early stuff not so great, but yeah, it was very upsetting to see the once great Ozzy Osbourne sing like that. But I did hear that they probably going to come out with
another record, says Richard. No.
63 years for the Rolling Stones.
There you go. Robert wants to know who owns Whitney Houston's songs.
Dolly Parton wrote some.
Yeah, Dolly Parton wrote a bunch of them.
She didn't write anything, so when she died, she was broke.
Yeah.
She was broke when she was alive because none of the songs were hers. They were all somebody else's songs.
Uh-huh.
So the only way she got money was when she went to concerts. Well, when she did concerts.
Yeah. And that's how it is for a lot of these people. If they
Yeah.
don't write their own material, then they don't technically own rights to it. And so, yeah, they lose out on a lot of money. But some people just aren't creative that way. So what are you going to do?
Hey, Frankenfro.
Okay, there he is.
That's a movie had Chee's daughter from Cheech. Okay.
Cheech's song.
Oh, Blondie is there.
Ray Dawn Chong.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of movies with her. Some of them are on Riff Track or Mystery Science.
Yeah, she was in
Blondie is Debbie Harry.
Her best film was probably Commando.
Oh, she was in
that
Commando.
Was her.
Okay,
the black girl in Commando.
yeah.
That's Ray Dawn Chong. That's probably the best film she's been in. But oh my God. Yeah, Johnny, if it's cosmetic to restore something damaged, or like you point out, a cleft lip, otherwise known as hair lip, I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But to try to pretend to be younger and you tighten your face all up and you look like you're surprised all day and you got scarification all over the place, it's just kind of ridiculous.
They had the F-bomb in Mommy Dearest? I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I've seen it more than once though, but I ain't seen it in a while. Yeah, Madonna. It was creepy when she was singing it.
Madonna was never that great. I mean, she just. All
right, Tug. Thank you for hanging out.
Okay, she sold her sexuality more than anything. That's what she sold.
Yeah, but I'm way back.
Yeah, you're way.
No, I'm caught up.
Are you?
Yeah.
Lie.
Yeah, Phil Collins has Parkinson's disease, so he can't do nothing. Her face is so old, it got too tight to move.
Yeah, Madonna looks really bad now too. She's done a lot.
Hey, Paul, how are you? Okay, Munich has to go.
Really?
Yes. He's like shocked.
Oh no! It's it must be the apocalypse. Oh, Gordon says underrated toy line Annie figures from Knickerbocker. Nobody wants them.
No,
that was a bad choice on the part of Knickerbocker, and they had six? What is it? 6 figures, and I know there was. I
think it's more than that.
There's a vehicle. They're more like dolls, but yeah. It's still cheap. You could probably pick up the whole set and mint in the box for $100.
I've seen them. I've seen them at shows and I've seen them online. The 2 lines that I want to get.
Okay.
Holly Hobby. I really want to get that.
Holly Hobby Knickerbocker made action figures.
And Wizard of Oz, the original Wizard of Oz. Mego. And I actually had the opportunity to get that at a show years ago. Somebody had all 4. It's more than 4, but they had 4 figures and they wanted like $25 each. And I walked away. And I don't know why, but I did.
And that's not bad. They don't start getting expensive until you get to Series 2, which is the Munchkins, and they can be a little bit more. But the traditional figures aren't that much. Even the Witch, people try to charge more for the Witch. It's really not justified. You shouldn't pay more than $50 for her, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. You know what movie was funny? Oh God. Okay, I can't remember the name of it. We just saw it a couple of weeks ago, but it had Betty Davis in it. It wasn't the oldest that I've seen Betty Davis, but Betty Davis is not a pretty woman. And in that movie, throughout the movie,
that's right.
They had this young guy was her love interest, her secretary's fiance. She was cheating with her secretary's fiance. Throughout the whole movie, he was just saying how beautiful she is, how beautiful.
Everybody, not just her, not just him.
Everybody.
There was like 3 or 4 other dudes that were just like, "Oh God, she's so gorgeous," and it's like, she looks like
Betty Davis.
She looks, it's Betty Davis, and she's old.
She was old. It's not the oldest that I've ever seen.
Something in this movie. She looked like a brick wall. She's never been attractive. She's always had very hard features. And I'm like, oh my God, that
Yes.
must have been a stipulation in her contract. I'll do the movie, but everyone must talk about how beautiful I am.
Yeah.
Okay, Betty.
Yeah, because the oldest I seen her in, she was in that one movie. She was the nanny, and she had killed that little girl. She didn't kill him, but it was an accident.
Drowned in the tub.
Yeah, the girl
that's right.
drowned
She
in the
drowned in the
tub.
tub.
And she was real old in that one. But I read the behind the scenes, and the one guy in the movie, she was actually hitting on the guy. And the guy got like freaked out because like, I don't want her hitting on me, making passes at him, grabbing on him and trying to kiss him and stuff like that. And it's like, Betty Davis, you're like 100 years old. That man don't want you.
Oh, no.
But that comment made me think of that.
Yeah, Saturday Morning tells us they thought Annie was going to be a big hit. They did.
Yeah.
It didn't quite pan out.
Marvel did a comic book?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
They used to do movie comics a lot, Marvel.
Yeah.
Actually, Nostalgic said it was Baby Jane. Or whatever happened to Baby Jane.
Oh, that was the movie about the girl drowning?
I don't remember.
No, it wasn't the Baby Jane, because I just looked that movie up because we were watching another show and the girl name was Baby Jane. And then I looked it up, and Baby Jane is another movie. It's not that one. And I'll find out the name, Chance, and let you know.
Okay.
But it's not Sweet Charlotte. I know it's not that. Oh, now everybody.
Yeah, now everybody wants to know.
And I don't have my phone, and David don't have his phone either.
I don't have my phone.
You see Brooke Shields and how she looks.
I haven't seen her recently.
I saw a picture of her. I thought she looked good. I don't know.
I haven't seen her recently.
No, you haven't?
No, so I don't know. I don't know what she looks like. I know that
Johnny Horrible.
Does she? Gordon says, do you have any of the very first Sesame Street hand puppets from Top or Under, the educational toy line at 7172? They come in this cool box.
You have that.
I've got the ones from Child Guidance from the mid-70s.
Oh, that was a Coldplay concert? That's the guy cheating?
And that keeps getting deeper because they not only were they cheating, and not only were they not supposed to be there, but now apparently there's been cover-ups at the company involving people actually losing their jobs to prevent anyone from finding out they were having an affair. So it keeps getting worse. It's some big tech company.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got the Child Guidance Sesame Street.
So the woman works at the company too?
I don't know, because I haven't really followed it that much. I just picked up a couple of things. But yeah, I've got the Child Guidance Sesame Street puppets. I've got a handful of them, because some of them are real expensive. Like the Make Your Own is very expensive.
Yeah.
And they're hard to find in the box anyways.
Mm-hmm.
They're really tough to find in the box.
Oh, he issued an apology?
Yeah, sure. Sorry I got caught.
Yeah.
Is that what it should say?
Sorry I got caught. I told my wife I was going to a business meeting, and I'm at a Coldplay concert all hugged up with my side piece.
Oh, crap.
Oh, she's the HR person at the company. Oh, no.
A little too personal with the human aspect of human resources.
Oh,
I guess
she getting fired.
Well, how do you think she got the job? She passed her oral exam.
David. Oh, you're so nasty.
Oh, no.
Please forgive him. I hope tender ears ain't watching, ain't listening.
Tender ear? Ain't no tender ears in this.
The CEO blames social media.
Social media. I want to do that. Social media made me cheat on my wife. It's not my fault. That's the equivalent of saying the devil made you do it. Bullshit. You was
on the love cam at the show. You at the show, you know, at ball games and stuff like that, that love cam comes around.
Yeah.
If they see somebody hugged up, they take a picture because you're on the love cam.
Sure.
A lot of people say this is his first hit Coldplay
has had for years, says Patty, because people forgot Coldplay even existed. Nostalgic said he accepts no responsibility. Oh, Johnny wants to know what happened to Aging Gracefully. I don't know. I do not know.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, Monica Lewinsky. But the memes from it have been fantastic.
Yeah, the memes have been funny.
The memes are hilarious.
They need to make a social media page where you just post memes and that's it. And people can just post their memes and you can go and look through. Because sometimes it's hard to, the kiss cam.
Yeah, the kiss cam.
They have that at ball games. So
yeah, a lot of sporting events do that.
Yeah, so when you all hugged up, they like to catch you. See, oh, look at a cute couple. And you're supposed to be a legitimate, legal couple. Not a
not a you need to be stoned at the gate couple. Oh no.
Oh, Johnny said you need a voice for a booth for
to be a voice actor. Well, you think I could fool anybody? I can. Think I would fool anyone if I had my own booth? You're like, oh, what do you act in? Yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'd have to tell them something.
Tell them you're the king.
I'd have to tell them something. Yeah. Do you not know who I am? How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? Saturday Morning said best Scooby-Doo copy.
Fang Face, Jabberjaw, Speed Buggy,
Private Eye, Captain Caveman, Funky Phantom. Oh, I don't know. I was never really into Scooby-Doo. Oh, the finger puppets. Patty likes the little finger puppets. I think Child Guidance. I think Knickerbocker did those too. The little rubber ones, and they came on a white card with a green green marking. So which was the traditional colors of Sesame Street at the time, because also the my puppets are done the same way. My puppets have the same coloring on the packaging.
How dare you question my credentials?
I know. Away with you, sir. No autograph for you.
Yeah.
No autograph for you. I will not sign anything. Or if it is not a smooth surface, I have to charge extra. They do that.
Are you serious?
If it's not a flat surface, if it's something
like
else,
like a ball or something.
Yeah, like let's say you had you brought a ball, a bat. Like let's say you brought
a cup,
Negan,
the bat,
like a simulated bat. It'd be a different price. It depends. Johnny says, "Can I get a selfie with you?" Oh, only the crown. No. That's extra.
You can only hold it. You can't put it on your head. You can hold it like this.
No, it's got to be. I've got to set it on something, and you can stand in front of it like Kit.
Oh yeah, you got to put it on a pedestal, and you can stand beside it.
You can stand beside the crown, like they did with the Kit car. Oh, you can't touch the car. Can't get too close to the car. $10.
Yeah, because somebody will scratch it.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Somebody scratch it, or somebody will get into the car and they'll stink it. That's what I was saying earlier. They'll make it stink. People ask me for her too at some of these shows. Can I get a selfie with you, or something like that? I'm always surprised because I don't think of myself in those terms. You know,
the thing that was funny about that couple, the guy, he like fizzled down and went underneath them, and the lady just turned her back, and everybody was laughing. But that's not the first time that happened. I saw the couple at the baseball game, like at a college ball game, and they were on the kiss cam.
And she like moved away from
her. Like, because she wasn't supposed to be there. She told her boyfriend she was doing something else, her husband or something.
She was doing her hair. Saturday Morning wanted to know if I got custom figures from the con vendor.
Can you get custom figures?
Did we? Did you get a custom figure from the con vendor? No.
We've never got a custom
3D printed little statues.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah. And how
probably
much does that cost?
probably too damn much.
Now we were at a mall here before, and it was a guy set up in the mall,
It
and
was expensive.
was it? I don't remember how much
Yeah,
that
he
cost.
wanted a lot.
We did a video of it. It should be on the channel. But the
If
guy,
you can find it, it's
no,
way
no, because
back.
that was a long time
Yeah.
ago. That was like more than 5 years ago. But he had a little setup in the mall, and you could go in there, and he had the booth, and you get in the booth, and you out came this figure.
3D printed crap.
Yeah. Oh, he threw her under the. Yeah.
Yeah, because he bailed and he left her stranded there.
They probably would have did better off if they didn't move, if they just went with it. The camera would have moved off of them, but because they made such a big
if they didn't
scene,
react,
yeah, the camera would have just moved and probably nobody would have caught it. But they made a big deal, so now the world knows.
Gordon asked if people ever say anything because we filmed the booth. Do we give them any rude remarks? No. They know what we're doing. To them, it's publicity.
A couple of times we've had people ask, well, when I used to film, I've had people say, can you not film my booth? And I say, okay, and move away. And that was it. But and then that little piece we'll cut out.
It's rarely ever an issue.
Yeah.
It's rarely ever an issue, and no one ever really says anything rude about it either. But yeah, people ask us for selfies. We've been asked to do an autograph a couple of times, and I'm like, you know, do you want my signature? I don't think of myself in those terms, you know, because I'm just going there to have a good time.
Yeah.
But anyways, wow, we're almost at a 3-hour mark.
We haven't done 3 hours in a while.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start signing off. Special thanks to Pastor Rick, who made a donation for the kitty fund for our shelter pets. Always appreciated, or cats. They're not really pets. But hey, everybody, thanks for joining us this evening. Hope you had a good time.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
And we will catch you again sometime soon.